And boom, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome into CobraCast, Weathercast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime Mage of the 199. I'm doing this on OBS. I usually do this on StreamYards, but I'm doing this through OBS because I think it can improve the sound quality because StreamYard sucks. So it might take me a few minutes to kind of get used to my setup here because I'm usually only do OBS when I'm doing a gaming stream. And now I'm on OBS right now with a regular CobraCast stream like we used to do it back in the day. And I am got all types of windows open. I see all of the gifties flying. Flagrant podcast with Trump was 6, says Bland Man for 10. Yeah, we're going to watch that. I got a feeling it's going to be a long CobraCast, so you might as well go ahead, get comfortable, settle in, okay, because we got a lot to talk about. Hurricane Milton, which Monica, you made me look because you said I was muted. You made me look. Why are you yelling? Hang on. Testing. Is that better? All right. I bumped it down a little bit. Is that better? Let me know. Cobra forecast. All right. Is that better? I have to look, man. If you're coming here for professionalism, you're in the wrong place. All right. You're absolutely in the wrong place. Trump rally was fun today. Yeah, Trump has been on it, no doubt about it. And so let's go ahead and switch over here because I'm watching the local Orlando YouTube channel right now, and they have been covering all of this. So let's hear what they have to say right now.
Both sides of the eye, because it came pretty perpendicular. Left of the eye, there's hardly no surge.
Oh yeah, we were really going to be seeing that surge pretty significant, not only on the western side of the Gulf, which is what we were actually seeing, as we did see that landfall just to the south of Bradenton and between Venice as well. And we're going to continue to see that storm surge really push in, especially areas across Venice and Fort Myers, possibly Fort Myers seeing up to 12 feet of storm surge just because of where the eye wall hit. As it hit south of Tampa, all of this water, especially.
All right, so I was watching this stream earlier. They disabled the live chat when she was on. Could you imagine? Yeah, when she was on, they disabled the live chat. I wonder why.
Storms and Milton now rounding out those top 10 spots, and we're going to continue to monitor the rest of your 2024 hurricane season here at Fox 35. But of course, we are still going to be seeing those intense winds through the rest of the evening. So let's actually do a very quick power outage check of what we can see across our counties. Statewide, though, we are talking about 10% of the population of Florida without power tonight. That is 1.1 million people without power right now, and it is only going to continue to get worse. We are going to be seeing that wind really pick up, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But for now, this is the spread of what we can see without power outages. A lot of our counties now seeing about 10,000 to 50,000 people without power, 24,000 people currently without power in Marion County, and we're going to continue to see these areas get hit by quite a bit of wind as the storm continues to move through, as well as flooding going to be a major issue as well. 2,000 folks without power across Levy County, and as we also...
I absolutely love this chat. I love this chat so much. I love the internet. But ultimately, Hurricane Milton did make landfall about 45 minutes ago. And right now... listen, the tornadoes earlier today were absolutely out of control for the state of Florida. The tornadoes were wild. And I believe that it made landfall in Sarasota, Florida. And I think that was a good thing for Tampa, obviously, because of the storm surge and everything, because they were really worried about the storm surge, and the storm surge is going to create potential flooding issues for Tampa. But now you've got south of Tampa is where it actually made landfall. And now it's starting to move inland, and it's going to start to really lose a lot of that, power that it had. It was a Category 5 yesterday, went down to a 4, went back up to a 5. Now it is down to a 3. And I think that it's going to probably go down to a 2 very soon after it makes its way over land. Obviously, my main concern is that, we have a lot of our crew in Orlando, and so I'm really worried about that. But I think they're going to be fine, especially tornadoes are like, I've been through a ton of hurricanes living in the state of Florida. So I've been through a lot of hurricanes. And the only thing that I really worry about with hurricanes is tornadoes. That's the only thing I'll worry about. And so right now with all of the tornadoes that have, it looks like a lot of the tornadoes that we got earlier today are not going to, they were spotted and they were confirmed, but I don't think a lot of them did a ton of damage from what I've heard. But let's hear what she's got to say.
That sweet spot, as the storm is continuing to move over the peninsula, this is going to still hold tropical storm strength, even as it's making its way out into the Atlantic. And with that, that's going to be bringing in a lot of wind, also going to be jacking up those power outages as we head into very early tomorrow morning. So as you go to bed tonight, things are slowly starting to quiet down when it comes to tornadoes, but still picking up the pace when it comes to that very heavy rainfall.
So flooding is going to be the main issue for a lot of people at this point in time. Tornadoes, again, I'm not a meteorologist. I'm barely, smart enough to tie my own shoe. So don't come here thinking you're getting any breaking news or any great advice from me. I'm an idiot. But I have been through a lot of tornadoes, and I do like watching weather and keeping up with weather. And one of the coolest things right now is you've got people like Ryan Hall and Max Velocity that are just basically replacing the Weather Channel, which I think is a good thing. You have independent content creators that are literally replacing the Weather Channel, because the Weather Channel, much like all of mainstream media, has lost all the confidence of the people. They've lost all the confidence of the people. These are some live streams that we have from Tampa right now. And as you can see, some of the camera angles, there's a lot. Because right now, the left side of that storm is making landfall in Tampa right now. But I can't tell you how much it makes me happy that the Weather Channel is essentially getting just destroyed by a couple of dudes sitting in their house with their webcam on. It's great to see, and I'm really, really happy about that. Now, there's a lot to cover today. Donald Trump, our great, wonderful president, He's made a lot of noise today. He's made a lot of noise today, and I want to talk about some of that really quickly, so give me just a minute and pull a couple of things up. I see you guys. JMNZZ450 says, chilling in the part of Florida Jeremy tried to will the hurricane towards last night. Weather can't get it. Kamala's dumb AF. Hail the 199. Thank you, JMNZZ450. Appreciate that, man. So right here, Trump has been on it today. So we're going to be covering a lot of stuff today. Hurricane is something we're going to keep our eye on. I've got a ton of screens up right now, but just look at this right here. Listen to this. I covered this yesterday. And you'll have to let me know how the audio is, because I have bumped up my audio levels a lot. The audio was really bad on this video at first. But, so Kamala Harris has been trying to contact Ron DeSantis. And Ron DeSantis has essentially said, I don't have anything to say to her. I have nothing to talk about with her. And she's basically trying to politicize the entire situation. Listen to what Joe Biden just said. Now, again, the audio at first in this video clip is really jacked up. So work with me on it.
Mr. President, does Governor DeSantis need to take Vice President Harris's calls?
All I can tell you is I'm talking to Governor DeSantis. He's been very gracious. He's thanked me for all we've done. He knows what we're doing, and I think that's important.
So he's saying Governor DeSantis has been wonderful. We've been working with him, and he's thanked me for all we're doing. I'm telling you right now, I pushed back on the whole Jill Biden is mad and Jill Biden is in control. I'm starting to think that Jill Biden is getting her redemption right now. I got a feeling Jill Biden is pulling some strings on good old Joe and getting him fired up. And he's throwing some shade towards Kamala. That's what I'm thinking right now. I don't know. I'm just saying. It seems that way. It would seem that way right now, because that's some interesting stuff right there. Now, Trump right there, he had a rally day. We're going to go over all of that. Trump has been on it today.
We're selling. So what he made that black hat. We're selling. So what happened? I didn't even know we had it. It's selling like hotcakes. 10,000 hats were sold like in the last day and a half. But listen, more importantly, he calls it Dark MAGA. Dark MAGA. I said, that's the coolest name. That's the coolest name I've heard. And he likes it. He's wearing it all the time now. He's great.
So Trump's all fired up about Dark MAGA. So fantastic. Also, as you guys know, I am a Tua Tagovailoa fan. Roll Tide, University of Alabama. Now the Dolphins quarterback. That's my quarterback. Tua's wife shows support for President Trump on her Instagram story. That's what's up right there. Tua's wife showing support for President Trump. Roll Dolphins, baby. Roll Dolphins. Fins up. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. More support. More support for President Trump. You love to see it. You had Vivek say this right here. We're headed to the rally right now in a motorcade that's over 75 miles from the airport where we landed in Pennsylvania. There are super fans lined up for almost the entire route. Never seen anything like it. If the election were tomorrow, feels like Trump would sweep PA hands down. Hands down. Oh boy. I mean, it's getting pretty interesting with all of these people. All this, Wisconsin has now flipped for Trump in the poly market. He now holds the advantage in 6 of the 7 battleground states. All right, the momentum is picking up. But I see same millennial there, and she's going to tell you just like I'll tell you, this means nothing. This means absolutely nothing. We have to stay the course. We have to stay the course. But the momentum is building big time right now. Look at here. In just 7 hours, Trump's podcast with Andrew Schultz received more views than Kamala on Call Her Daddy, which has been out for 3 days. Right there. And this video now that we're going to watch here in just a minute has over 1 million views from Trump in just a few hours. Kamala's can't even hit 500,000. Okay. I mean, this is insane. Insane. Also, this is from DeSantis as well. Let me know about the audio.
I heard what you said about Vice President Harris and the phone call. Did she ever get through?
You know, Brett, like I said, my job is to marshal resources and work with everybody to have an effective response. And she thinks it should be about her. If I honestly thought that there was something to be gained, I would pick up the phone and call her. The fact of the matter is she has no role in this process. She's not part of the chain of command. I am working with President Biden and FEMA and our state and local partners, and we're getting the job done. She has never been interested in any of the storms we've had in the state of Florida for her entire time as vice president. Now she's out there attacking me because I'm not catering to her whims. All she's trying to do is inject herself to be a part of her political campaign. I don't have time for political games. We've got a job to do. We got people's lives on the line, and that is our sole focus.
Well, most importantly, hopefully everyone gets through this okay. We're praying for your state.
DeSantis is just crushing it right now, man. I mean, I am very impressed with Ron DeSantis right now. Let's see. Look at this. Donald Trump's interview with Andrew Schultz already has more views in 8 hours than his Mark Cuban episode had in a week. This is why Mark Cuban hates Donald Trump so much. He hates him because he's nowhere near as popular as he is. He's nowhere near as popular. Also, this one right here. Sex offenders not allowed in hurricane shelters. They've got to go to jail instead. Florida is too funny for this.
Environment for anyone that comes there. Anyone that comes in will be checked to make sure that they are not a fugitive and not wanted, not a sex offender. If you are a predator, you are not allowed at the Rimfire shelter. If you are designated under Florida law as a sex predator and you need shelter, you need to go to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility. That's the county jail. Fantastic.
That's fantastic. full-on redemption arc for Governor DeSantis. Full-on redemption arc. Now, here's a little clip, and this is just to give you guys a little bit of taste, okay? I have not seen the full episode, but here's Trump right here, okay?
So it's one of those things. I was saying before, though, that, I do a thing called a weave. Yeah. And there are those that are fair that say, this guy is so genius. And then others would say, oh, he rambled. I don't ramble. If I start a story, what you do is you weave things and you do it. You have to have certain things. You need an extraordinary memory because you have to come back to where you started.
Yes.
A weave is only good if you come back.
They don't give you credit for that.
Yeah, it's true.
Then you could go all the way over here and then get back.
I can go so far here or there. And I can come back to exactly where I started. Now, someday when you don't come back to where you started,
you're Biden.
Then you say, no, but the weave is the way. When you're telling, like a story, I was telling a story at a rally the other day in front of thousands of people, and I started off, and then
you were weaving
something in the story, I actually mentioned Air Force One. It was Air Force One was there, so I mentioned Air Force One, and then I said how I got $1.6 billion off the price of Air Force One. So, but then you have to come back to the story. Where was Air Force One taking you? So anyway, I do a weave. I call it the weave. And some people think it's so genius, but the bad people, what they say is, he was rambling. Yeah. It's not a ramble. There's no rambling.
This is a weave.
This is a weave. I call it the weave. Good name. I'm not sure. That's another name. We had fake news. We came up with lots of names. Yeah. But the weave is, I think we should make the weave a part of that stable. Yeah.
This dude is just on another level of charisma. Like, it's unmatched. You cannot teach that type of charisma. You just can't do it. It's amazing. Let's check back in to see what's going on with the hurricane really quick.
The attention turns towards the eye wall, which is coming this way. So we'll pick up the hour-by-hour forecast at about midnight to 12:30. And this, my friends, is when things are really going to start getting bad for the flooding, is this very narrow but focused area of extreme rain rates that will set up shop somewhere between Claremont and Disney, Orlando and Winter Garden and Apopka, going up the St. Johns River, Lake Mary, Seminole County. This is 12:30 in the morning. This is when the worst weather starts. So again, to repeat, we're not at the worst weather yet here. Here comes the center of the hurricane, still a hurricane, over Lakeland and Bartow, and then the center of the hurricane right here. But 3 in the morning, this will be the nasty winds in the eye. This is the northern eye wall right here. That's what that is, as it merges with the jet stream aloft over Apopka, Orlando, Seminole County. The center starts to push to the east by about 6 to 7 a.m. The damage will be done with the rain. So in order, we had the tornado outbreak. Next is the rain, then the wind. The strongest wind will be on the backside from the north tomorrow morning. So we are still a long way from having the strongest winds out there through the morning. And then finally by tomorrow afternoon, here's noon, a couple of showers on the beaches, but things will subside in the afternoon. It's rocking and rolling. With the wind, that's for sure. Haven't seen a lot of cars out there, thankfully. It's 75, the temperature there. You see the low cloud ceilings. I take that back. There's one car on I-4 right there, or on the road right there, sorry, excuse me. And none over there down on I-Drive, thankfully. So the big thing to be worried about right now, let me step off the camera and do a little bit more specific tracking for you here is I want to give you a little more radar analysis of what's going on. So a couple of things to note here. First, here is the DMA view. So here's our core view here. Notice this is what I'm really concerned about. And let me put this on the, well, let's tell you what, let's do a little town by town. We haven't done that in a hot minute. So nothing in Melbourne, Cocoa Beach area where they're picking up from that tornado, but some rain here.
Okay, so he's kind of going over. So we're getting a lot of the bands that were coming directly off the eye wall that are going to be hitting the Central Florida area. And, as I said earlier, that's kind of my biggest focus from a standpoint of a lot of the G&G crew is in Orlando. I'm in contact with everybody, and everybody at this point in time is doing fine. But I'm definitely going to be paying pretty close attention to that. The likelihood of people losing power is very high right now in these situations, and flooding is pretty much the biggest concern right now is flooding. That's going to be the biggest concern. You're going to have high winds. I don't know if they're going to have hurricane forced winds in Orlando. They're definitely going to have tropical storm winds, but I don't know if they're going to get hurricane level winds in Orlando. And I don't know what the latest advisory has said either. I know by the time it's supposed to be going near Orlando, I think it's supposed to be down to a Category 1 at that point in time. And the eye wall is only about 40 miles wide. So I don't think Orlando is going to get hurricane winds from what I remember. But either way, yeah, so this is the local Orlando station that I'm looking at now. We also have this right here, which is a bunch of different cameras from Tampa. Right here, Tampa Bay, Key West. So this is in Key West in the top corner. You see where it, well, you might can see on some of them. So the one in the top right corner is Key West. And Sanibel Island in the bottom left corner, Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay in the other corners. So, you know, I think that the fact that tornadoes are not a big issue is very relieving to me now. They were earlier, but they're not now. So we're going to watch the Andrew Schultz live stream, or I'm sorry, the video with Trump here in just a bit. But I'm going to read some super chats really quickly. Thank you guys for being patient on that. And we've got a great crowd in here. Welcome to everybody on Rumble and Kick and Twitter as well. Let's see. We've got Andrew CR says Hurricane by Hilton. Yes, I did screw up the title. It's the first time I've ever made a mistake. I've never made a mistake on a live stream. This is the first time ever. First time for everything, I guess. So no big deal. GJJ with 5 get the memberships. Let's go, GJJ. Zinny Biscuits is praying for the boy from my church. He's in college in Tampa, and he stayed there. His Noni grandmother is very worried about him, and so are the rest of the church. Prayers up for Zinny Biscuit and this little boy from her church. Prayers up indeed. AJ 410 says prayers go out to the people affected. I hope the government can help them more than with just $800. Yeah, I mean, having Ron DeSantis there is definitely going to be a huge positive for sure. Troy News for 5 says, may we watch the Trump on Andrew Schultz flagrant podcast? That would make my night. Sending prayers to my Floridian and East Coast brothers and sisters. Yes, we are going to watch it in its entirety. Gerald Armstrong says JLR investigates in his car live streaming the hurricane. I've seen a few people doing that. That's crazy to me. I would not, but you know, hey, more power to you. Jared the American says just made a meal involving microwavable mac and cheese, a hot dog, Cape Cod chips, ranch, and Chick-fil-A sauce. P.S. I've never had Culver's before. You gotta go to Culver's. At some point in time, you've got to go to Culver's because Culver's is the GOAT. Aaron James with a gifted membership. What's up, Aaron? Jesse MacArthur with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Jesse. Bland Man says flagrant podcast with Trump was sick today. Yep, we're going to check it out. AOE2 Freak says stay safe out there, people of Florida. Thank you. Black Kane says when asked what happened last Saturday, Coach DeBoer said, I'd like to start by saying I grew up in a middle-class family. Mark Schaefer says good time for a car video. Hail the 199. Crux with a member message. Thank you, Lord. Both. This is Jeremy. I just tagged you in something on Twitter. You may, you may be very interested to see. It's both gaming and political. Noted. Really quick before we continue, I do want to switch something around. So I don't like. Yeah, let me put this as my background right here. And then we can go to that. There, that'll probably be a better background for now for people to look at. There we go. So back to super chats really quick. We got Alan says Cobra forecast is the next grift with hot weather girls. Listen, man, I can pull it off. All right, I mean, I can pull it off. So. Let's make that happen. Mac Jerry for 20 says Kamala has assured the public that hurricanes are strong winds and winds can blow hard. But if the house is made of straw and sticks can fall, if they are made of brick, not so much. Stay safe, those in the storm. It's so bad, dude. Disco Cobra for 20 says, yeah, trying to stay positive and calm during this time. Do you have aunts, cousins, and sisters around the Sarasota area? Some have evacuated. Others are hunkered down, praying for them and trying to keep calm. Keep in contact. I totally understand. Oh, do have, not do you, do you do have aunts, cousins, and sisters around Sarasota. Yeah, man. Just try to stay in contact. Make sure they keep their phone fully charged. That's one of the best things you can tell someone is to keep your phone fully charged through the process. That's one of the most important things right there, in my humble opinion. So just keep that in mind. Same Millennial says, my dad and family live in Cape Coral, Florida, so I've been watching this storm like a hawk, making sure they won't be affected. His work had to close and evacuate the other day, but where they live didn't. Yeah, it's always a tough call when you have to balance, like what your job is requiring and things like that. It's always a tough thing to balance out. Alan Tanat, I got that one. Keenan says you should watch episode 5 of The Last of Us. Joel and Ellie help two brothers and crazy stuff happens. I think you would really like that episode. Yeah, they just kind of lost me when they started going in a different direction and pushing their agenda stuff. And that's just a sad reality of it. Gerald Armstrong says she looks like Toucan Sam. Fable of Man says, I prefer my Mexican weather girls. Axel Jensen is praying for the Orlando crew. Kevin Cron says, if you want a stream tomorrow featuring a hottie, Danica Patrick is hosting JD Vance Town Hall. CobraCast tomorrow? Yes, there will be a CobraCast tomorrow. It's going to be pretty much a CobraCast every day. Ministry of Wrong Thinks says, when you start off, it's a breeze. When you get blowing and sucking, but when the waterworks start up and before you know it, they take your house. Conclusion, all hurricanes should be named after women. Let's see here. Why did that happen? Stupid computer. Let's see here. Where are we at? Got that one. Jupiter Knight says, Jeremy, if you dive into weather, I'd be happy to help. I'm an amateur meteorologist, no degree, but I have been studying for over 35 years. Dude, man, like I've always been a fan of weather. Being in the state of Florida, it's almost like when I worked retail, when I was a retail manager, part of my job was to make sure I knew what the weather was, what was happening in the weather, because you have to order based on the weather. So of course, if you have, things going on in the tropics, if you have, tropical storm, if you have potential hurricanes, you need to be ahead of that, because the better prepared you are, the better your numbers can be and profits can be for inventory time. So part of my job was to always kind of stay up on what was going on in the weather. So I always found myself being glued to the Weather Channel. So it's always been something I've always been interested in and followed from afar. I'm not an expert on anything, and I never will be an expert on anything. But yeah, just covering it like in a very amateurish way, I'm okay with that. High production show, absolutely. But I am very inspired to see other people that are out there. I mean, I don't know anything about Ryan Hall's background or Max Velocity's background or anything like that. I find them to be incredibly entertaining and very informative, and they're doing a lot of good work as well. But my whole thing has always been with Geeks and Gamers. I don't want there to be anything that we don't get involved in if we think that there's a reason for us to get involved. Yeah, I mean, weather is very much a nerd thing. No one's getting involved. No one's trying to become a weatherman to pick up chicks. Okay, it's a very nerdy thing, for sure. So nobody's like, man, I really want to become a weatherman, get all the girls. No one's ever said that. All right, and no one's ever going to say that. That's not something everybody's like, man. If I could become a weatherman, I could get all the girls. No. It's a very nerdy thing, for sure. And so where are the people in that cam? That is Key West. They're in Key West in that particular cam that you're looking at. Let me see if I can't adjust it right now, but they're in Key West. Mark of Reality says DeSantis sent Harris to voicemail. Also, didn't the power line workers get to stay in Trump Tower for free, staging for storm cleanup? Yeah, he did something like that specifically, but I mean, Trump's always been out there to help people. Yellow Flash is in the chat. What's up, Yellow Flash? Marlena says, move yourself to the top left screen like normal. This is just weird. Please and thank you. By the way, Kamala prefers nacho Doritos. Yeah, this is my OBS setup, so it's a little all jacked up. I haven't ran on this setup in a while, so I'm all over the place right now. Andrew says, cool for Trump to go to school to school Andrew Schultz on how to do stand-up comedy. Frosty says, let's see, Kamala Harris is propped up by the media 1,000%. Oh, 100%. Yes. Zero, it says, just north of Tampa, no power, water seeping in under my door. Not on the coast. It's just been raining for hours. Under control, though. All okay. Man, that's wild. Well, hopefully we can keep you informed as long as you have a cell signal and have some power on your phone. And yeah, man, nothing but prayers for everybody involved. If you're watching this, you know, just the best thing that you can do. And again, it's all circumstantial as to where you are. Like, just be point blank. If you're still in Tampa, you probably should have never been in Tampa. That's just the straight up truth. But if you are in Tampa now, you know, highest elevation possible, you know, especially if there's flooding or if you're in a low-lying area, highest elevation you can possibly get. Don't try to be a hero unless it's your family. But, like, don't just go out there and just trying to be a hero just for the sake of being a hero. Just try to get yourself to safety. You know, DeSantis has got a really good operation underway, and it looks like they're going to be able to help people out as soon as the storm clears out, for sure. But yeah, let's see. Lisa says, I hope Jay has his floaties on and inflated. Ministry of Wrong Things says, boom goes to dynamite energy. Alan Tanassi says, aren't hurricanes have female names? These have been trans. Mac Jerry says, am I concerned how many of millions and millions of Kamala illegals are going to be voting for her? And am concerned how many of the millions and millions of Kamala illegals are going to be voting for her? And can Trump's team still win against it? Yes, but it's a valid concern. He can still win, but it's a valid concern. Disco Cobra, Lieutenant Dan was forced to evac last I heard. Yeah, I need to look into that story. I saw that story going around. Hal Coker says, you are an expert on your opinion. My opinion sucks, though. That's the whole problem with it. I mean, for crying out loud, I like the show Riverdale. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with me, okay? Emerald Eye says, interesting fact, hurricanes were originally named only after women, but some gay dudes pitched a fit about it, so now they have masculine names, too. That sounds about right. Dark Helmet says, reports of fatalities in St. Lucie County due to tornadoes. Damn it. That sucks. Mr. Guest, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Rules 1138, listening to you while on the Golden Throne prepping for my colonoscopy. Oh. Let's see. This is how much you mean to me, Jeremy. Hail the 199 Trump 2024. I don't know if that's a compliment, but I'm going to take it as one. Okay? Lord Pterodax is praying for y'all in Florida, folks. Stay safe, everyone. Hail the 199 Snake Pit. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Ray David says, I just got 2 Trump flags for $7 on Amazon. One is now on my flagpole, and the other is hanging in my garage. Trump 2024, Hail 199. Mark of Reality says, I'm over here in Tampa Bay area. Milton has made landfall, but the weirdest thing, I swear, I just saw green lightning. Weird. Be safe, brother. That's all you can do right now is be safe. Welcome into everybody watching. We appreciate you being here. This is CobraCast. We're trying to catch up on a lot of the goings on right now with Hurricane Milton, which has just recently made landfall in the last hour. And then we're also going to talk about the goings on in the world of politics with Donald Trump, the soon-to-be 47th president of the United States of America. Dirt is King says, here in Sarasota, no power, but my trailer and I have survived another hurricane. Hey, brother, stay safe, and thank you for the update. We appreciate that. Let's see, legendary SSJ Taro says, did you happen to see those tornadoes earlier? Stay safe, Florida. I didn't. I'm in Pensacola, so I'm in the panhandle of Florida. I'm literally like 45 minutes from the Alabama state line, so I'm in Pensacola, Florida, but I did see the coverage of those tornadoes, and it looked terrifying. It looked absolutely terrifying. And let's go back to this right here and hear what they're saying right now. Here we go.
Tornado threat, but now more parts of central Florida, again from Daytona, Orlando, Tampa, Deltona, Spring Hill, Ocala, are going to be hit with a lot of rain over the next couple of hours. And this is going to be consistent. We're possibly talking about 4, 5, maybe even 6 hours of straight heavy tropical rain. And we're not talking about any light showers here. We are talking about torrential and very, very torrential rain over the next couple of hours, which could add up to over a foot of rain in some areas. So make sure you do have all of your weather alerts on so you can stay up to date with the latest. Also, not only are we talking more rain, but we're talking more storm surge as well. And with that, areas across Bradenton all the way down to Venice and Fort Myers could see anywhere between 12 and over 12 feet of storm surge. Now that Milton is continuing to make landfall, we are still going to be seeing that wind push any water out of Tampa Bay down to more of the southwest shores of the Florida West Coast. And that's what we're going to continue to monitor also as we head through the overnight tonight. Now, as we do start to quiet down, we are still going to be seeing very active weather through the overnight. So things to keep in mind as you're slowly starting to make your way to bed. Sleep in a safe area. Make sure you're safe, make sure your family's safe, making sure your pets are safe in case we do find ourselves in another advisory later on tonight. Make sure you keep your phone on to make sure you're getting alerts. For example, like the flash flood emergencies that we were talking about a little bit earlier on. I don't think we are going to be seeing any more tornado warnings, but just in case, make sure you do keep weather aware even through the overnight tonight. And also make sure you are staying off the roads. We are going to be seeing more of those
Chat, man, you guys are just killing me. Like there's like half the chat's like she's mid, she's nothing. The other chat's like she's giving me a storm surge. Fucking love the internet.
We'll talk more details about that full forecast and Milton coming up in a few minutes.
Laurel, thank you, and you can depend.
The internet's the greatest thing ever, dude. Like, they literally, like, they shut the live chat down on this channel earlier because I was watching it, and the chat was like, and this is what's so stupid about the about these weirdo leftists on the internet, how they're always crying about something and they're always trying to say, oh, he has a toxic chat, or they create toxicity. Like, this is a live stream on a local Fox Orlando station, and the whole chat was, there was people in there saying Trump 2024, then there were people, a few people saying Harris 2024. And then you started to see a fight for politics. And then the people that weren't talking about politics were talking about would they do the chick on screen and if she was hot. And then there was a debate between she sucks, she's not hot, she's mid, she's 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. The other people like she's super hot. Like, that's all it was. So they just shut the chat down. I'm like, quit silencing people. All right? Let people say whatever the fuck they want. Just let the internet be the internet. It's not a big deal, okay? It's not a big deal. But let's switch over to this one really quick. Let's hear what he has to say.
A hurricane the entire time it crosses a peninsula. From right around Sarasota up here to the Cape, we're looking at about 125, maybe 130 miles. So the peninsula is not that far, but it stays.
I can't imagine there's going to be the same comments about this guy, though.
It exits the peninsula around sunrise tomorrow. So all night tonight, Milton will be pounding west central, and then east central Florida as it moves from the west to the east across the state. It will have zero impact on the rest of the United States. Not another state in the United States is going to be impacted by Hurricane Milton. It moves offshore starting tomorrow morning, and then it just fizzles out in the tropical Atlantic, staying away from any other location in the United States. A storm surge, I mean, we're talking 1 to 2 feet with this storm surge. Rainfall, 1 to 2 feet with the rainfall. I mean, look at this, 12 to 16 inches plus. Some locations could see 18, maybe up to 24 in a few locations. So very, very heavy rain. Tornadoes have already fallen. Here's Fort Myers. The water is...
Fort Myers got crushed earlier, from what I understand.
Reported across the state.
What? What the hell happened? Where the hell happened? Okay, well, I guess we'll go to that then. It just ended. The feed just ended completely. Now, I don't know what's going on here. Who knows? I mean, it's not like I know what I'm doing. So that's a part of it too. I don't know why 3,000 people are watching this when you've got far better people covering weather than me. But hey, it is what it is, right? All right, let's see. So NBC has their feed up. Is this a live stream? Okay, this is a live stream, apparently. So let's see what they're saying. Here we go.
Okay, we're live right now from Sarasota, our continuing coverage of Hurricane Milton. You are watching as the storm has already made landfall. This is the backside of the hurricane, the most powerful part of the hurricane, slamming into Sarasota right now. It made landfall just a bit north of us in Cedar Key, south of Tampa. That was somewhat of good news for Tampa because they were worried about the storm surge if it hit north of there. But right now, unfortunately, it's bad news for Sarasota, feeling the brunt of Hurricane Milton, and we're seeing that storm surge happen as we come to you live right now. The wind just ripping completely the palm trees, power outages everywhere. We are experiencing transformers explode, and we're seeing trees be ripped apart in real time right now. We still have a team of reporters that are fanned out across the state of Florida as the wind is really picking up here. I'm going to have George back up a little bit so he can get into a safer position as we set up here. If you're just joining our coverage, we are in a safe spot here. We're in a concrete garage on the 5th floor. There's no chance that the storm surge is going to get us. We are protected from the wind, but it is an intense scene right here, and one that we saw firsthand. We were in the middle of the eye, maybe about 45 minutes ago, and the eye was just passing us, and within minutes, the situation got incredibly precarious. A transformer exploded over our heads. We had to run out with our crew because at that point we realized we should be back inside. But that's how quickly the storm can turn on you. It can go from very calm when you're in the eye to the backside of the hurricane, which is happening right now. Again, as I mentioned, we have a team of reporters live tonight in Sarasota, in Tampa, in Fort Myers, all over the state of Florida, covering Hurricane Milton as it's made landfall, and it's now cutting across what we call the I-4 corridor. I'm going to ask our controlman to tell me one more time who we have next, who's coming up here. Okay, we have Angie, one of our meteorologists, who's going to walk us through what's happening. Angie, talk to us about what's happening right now where we are in Sarasota.
Yeah, so Tom, you mentioned you went through the eye wall and you really saw the worst of it ramping up at a quick pace as expected. And on the backside of that eye wall, you see things wrapping around, and you can tell by some of the returns on here just how aggressive this rain, the wind is where you are right now. And that's only going to get worse here for the next maybe 30 to 45 minutes or so. And then we'll start to see things kind of tapering off a bit. Of course, you're not out of the woods. You're still going to deal with what's left to come for Milton here as it works more inland. But we've got some other things unfolding. Where Tom is right now, that's where we're really concerned about, of course, the wind and the rain, but the storm surge essentially from that point south, it is a tale of kind of two impacts. The storm surge for folks on that coastal region, and then we've got the really heavy rain, flash flood emergency ongoing across Tampa, and we've got, of course, the potential for those damaging, destructive winds with that eye wall working through these regions. So here's some of the rain that we're seeing right now. Notice the purple, the pinks, the reds. That is the extremely torrential rain falling in that region. We've seen multiple inches in just a span of an hour. In some spots last hour, it was over 5 inches over that region. So no surprise that we've got this flash flood emergency ongoing. But look how expansive those flash flood warnings are across this region. This is the area on the north side of that system that we're really concerned about the heavy rainfall. And it stretches across the state because it is going to remain north side loaded with the heaviest of the rain and the strongest of the winds. So as it works across the state, we'll watch that. This is going to go until 2:30 in the morning. I am concerned for what it must be like in this area right now, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to the flash flooding that they're likely seeing from Bradenton to Ruskin, Tampa, Clearwater, St. Petersburg. But they are not getting the storm surge. That, of course, is points south of there. And you can see that backside circulation starting to work in. So we've already had reports 4 feet, 5 feet in places like Fort Myers, Naples. So that means we don't really have a whole lot of gauges in between there. We're going to have to wait and see with first light what kind of unfolds when it comes to the storm surge for that region from Sarasota down to Fort Myers. But we likely will see that storm surge forecast from the National Hurricane Center verify if we're already at the point that we're at of 4, 5, 6 feet in some of these places that are.
I fucking love this chat, dude. The chat is flying right now. It's out of control. And it's so much. There's so much. I can't even keep up with what's going on in the chat. It's absolutely like crazy. You guys are insane.
The worst of it when it comes to the storm surge, but you saw the rainfall amounts, and you're about to see some of those wind reports that we've seen that have just been downright impressive as that system moves ashore. So that is what they're going to be dealing with when it comes to destruction and damage here through at least the next couple of hours. There's where we're, again, expecting the worst of that storm surge. 9 to 13 feet likely will verify. We'll see possibly the 8 to 12 feet verify as well, especially when you're talking about the Cape Coral area, the mouth of that bay. We saw it with Ian. We saw the destruction.
Am I getting any bad weather? No. I'm getting no bad weather in my area. I am in Pensacola, Florida. So basically, if you see like on this map, well, it disappeared, but yeah, I'm nowhere near the storm. So I'm in the panhandle of Florida. I'm very close to Alabama. I'm nowhere near where this is making landfall. But we're worried about the G&G peeps that are in Orlando, Florida. That's who we're worried about right now.
For Tampa and St. Petersburg this hour, we've got Winter Haven up to 71 miles per hour. So the power outages are just going to keep falling here as this system works across the state. We've already got more than 1 million in the central Florida, and parts of the Space Coast will start to add to that. And this likely will be a good chunk of the state dealing with power outages with how expansive these tropical storm force winds are, but especially these hurricane force winds that extend well out from the center of that system. Now, the flash flood risk. Notice as we get through the day today and get into tomorrow morning, we're really going to be concerned about places like Orlando and stretching up to Daytona Beach. I said that northern side of the system, that is where a lot of rain is. We saw shear and a cold front interacting with the system before it moved onshore. That kind of made the northern side of the system really big and bulky, and the southern side of it a little wimpy. Of course, it didn't weaken it all that much, but this means that the heaviest of the rain is going to be working across these regions, specifically Orlando, Daytona Beach here as we get through, especially into tomorrow morning. We're still going to be watching this. One thing to note, we've got already saturated grounds. We've already had 8 inches of rain in Tampa here over the last 24 hours, and impressive amounts in a very short period of time. So when you're getting multiple 4 inches of rain per hour for 3 hours on end, we're talking double-digit rainfall amounts. So you may have escaped in parts of Tampa Bay.
Chat is out of control. Chat is out of control. So right now, flooding and all the rainfall is the biggest concern for Central Florida right now. What was that storm? Was it Hurricane Ian a few years ago where they had really bad flooding? I don't know how bad that was in Orlando, but if I'm not mistaken, if I have any Central Florida people, I think Hurricane Ian caused some really bad flooding in the area years ago, and chat's moving so damn fast I can't even keep up. We are going to watch the Andrew Schultz Donald Trump interview here shortly.
How long we're going to be feeling the hurricane force winds where we are here in Sarasota, because we're really getting nailed right now.
Yeah, you've got a little
Ian,
while
2004?
longer, probably another
Okay.
couple of hours, especially. This system moving about 15 miles per hour, so you're going to be in it here for another couple of hours before you start to see the strongest of those winds kind of winding down. You're still going to have to go through some of that heavy rain, and of course, you know, the winds aren't going to completely relax, but the worst of it, you are in for a little while longer, Tom, unfortunately.
All right, Angie, we thank you for that. We unfortunately got a bit of breaking news, and it's the worst type of news you want to report here. I'm being told by our control room that there was a tornado touchdown in Fort Pierce, Florida, and there are fatalities. As we get more information on this, we were going to bring it to you, but I'm being told now that there has been a tornado touchdown in Fort Pierce, and because of that, there have been fatalities. It speaks to the danger of this storm and what is happening. Not only the hurricane, but the tornadoes that it is spawning tonight. Joining us now live is the mayor of Zephyr Hills, which is just north of Tampa. Mayor, I know tonight is a dangerous night.
That is always my biggest concern with hurricanes. I don't, the wind, the flooding, all of that, none of that stuff bothers me that much. I mean, obviously it's bad, and I'm not dismissing that, but it's tornadoes, dude. Tornadoes scare the shit out of me.
I know the storm is striking south of where you are. Are you feeling the effects of Hurricane Milton right now? And what is your message to your viewers and to your residents?
Yeah, this was earlier, by the way, so because I'd heard about this earlier. So I don't know if this is a replay. They said this was live. Yeah, I mean, this is saying it's live. But that I heard about that report earlier.
A direct hit, but we know that others are, and it's very sad. We've had rain for about 5 hours straight. At 8:30, we already had 6.5 inches of rain. We've got flooding throughout our entire city. I guess at this point, majority of our residents are without power, and the ones that are lucky enough to have some probably won't in the next little.
Fort Pierce is 40 minutes north of Palm Beach and 2.5 hours southeast of Orlando. Thank you, Simplistic. Appreciate the information on that.
Community, but were you in touch with them, and did they tell you at what point they'll be able to get crews back out on the road? I know it's obviously not anytime soon, but will it be in the days or weeks ahead?
Yeah, so our city is actually has almost all of the different organizations that power our city, and they usually hit the ground running after.
All right, let's go back over to the local. Well, it looks like they're still on a break. You're on a break? You have a fucking hurricane, Orlando, and you're on a break? Let's go. Let's check this feed out.
In the area of Pinellas County, which is on Tampa Bay, where the weather came in first, we have about 325,000 of those customers of the 472 that I mentioned. So more people will be without power. We ask our customers to be patient. We've been very.
Marlena says, this chat just went from sexual innuendos to prayers in less than 2 seconds. What is wrong with us? We're all fucked up humans in some capacity. That's really the listen, I don't judge people for how effed up they are. The only people I judge is if you have pronouns in your bio. That's what I judge. But if you're just like a degenerate weirdo like Savvy, I don't judge people like that.
Duke Energy, can't thank you enough for making time for us here. Stay safe. We'll check in soon when it's all said and done.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. In the meantime here, I want to put up this graphic so you can just get a sense of the power outages right now across the state of Florida. This is a great resource, poweroutage.us. So they have about customers out more than 500,000 you see there, and you see where they are. And you see the outage scale. The darker the color, the more outages there are. So this is quite widespread. No doubt it's going to go up throughout the course of the evening and into tomorrow. But you got a sense of how these utility companies there handle this, and they do handle this. They are prepared for this, like you just.
I remember when I think it was Hurricane Opal in Panama City, Florida. I remember when that one hit, and I can't remember, man. Were we out of power for maybe a week or two? It was awful. And that's just there's other people that have dealt with worse than that. But yeah, I remember. I feel like it was a week or two, but I can't be for sure. But that was so long ago. And I've talked about Hurricane Opal before, and you guys can look up Hurricane Opal if you want. But like that was, I want to say Hurricane Opal was a 3 or a 4 at landfall. I can't remember. But that's the most serious hurricane that I've ever been through, Hurricane Opal. Let's go back to this one, see what they're saying now. 5
hours from the worst starting. So if you look outside your window, this is nothing yet compared to what's coming. Window right now in Sanford's about 45. I think it'll peak at about 90, if not 95 later. So whatever the wind is at your place, we're about half to maybe 2.5 more.
Opal was October 1995. That's right. Yeah, I know. I think you told me that before. What was it though? What category was Opal, and what was the sustained winds with Hurricane Opal when it hit?
Times this will be the wind later. There's the view from Daytona Beach. You see not many cars out there right now. 73 east-southeast wind at 40, or east wind, I should say. There's the view from Lake Fairview. You see a 74 right now in downtown. Not many cars there on I Drive, thankfully, as of the moment. All right, so the big tornado-producing storms from earlier are now offshore. These are the ones, and actually there's a nasty one right there. If you look at that little
Category 3? Okay.
Water spout offshore, but that's moving away. The tornado aspect of this verified. Unfortunately, we had several violent tornadoes, very rare for Florida, even in a landfalling hurricane. We had one tornado in Cocoa Beach. We had one tornado that went through Osceola County that was a strong one, but it was in rural parts of the county. So thankfully for our area, just 2 tornadoes.
I like Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach has the world's biggest Ron John surf shop. And Cocoa Beach is kind of like an old-timey area. Like it feels like it has not completely evolved, which I think is a good thing, by the way. But it has a retro feel to it. I like Cocoa Beach.
That's coming right for Orlando. And we're going to take what's left of the northern eye wall at about 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So it's only going to increase from here. The breaks in the rain will stop. And this very dark red here, that's coming up basically paralleling Interstate 4. So as of 8:31 tonight, if you missed it, that was the official landfall time for Hurricane Milton. 120 sustained. Category 3, 954 the pressure, and it was officially 5 miles west of Siesta Key coming in. So Tampa Bay spared from what could have been a 1-in-100-year storm surge. But today the tornadoes were massive east of the center. This is the high-res infrared satellite. Now look at all the flashing green. Those are the flash flood alerts. And I'm going to make some graphics on this for the next time I see you. The Weather Prediction Center that handles the flooding of the National Weather Service, they put out a pretty sternly worded warning for us here in Orlando about 40 minutes ago. I haven't had a chance to make a graphic about it, but they put out some very strong wording about potentially extreme flooding along the I-4 corridor developing overnight. It wouldn't even shock me if we rose to the level of getting flash flood emergencies, which will trigger your phone just like a tornado warning for catastrophic flooding. I don't think everybody sees that, but somewhere probably. Wind speeds are sustained from the northeast. Winds are picking up. Notice the contours a lot higher down here. The winds are still from the east. 62 now in Bushnell, 63 recent gusts at the Sanford Airport, 61 Daytona Beach, 30 in Titusville, and 59 in the last few minutes in Leesburg. So the arrival time of those strongest winds, 10 o'clock in red, midnight in orange, 2 a.m. on the East Coast. And here are those peak winds the way we see them tonight. The core of the I-4 corridor, the peak wind, hurricane force up to 100, 50 to 80. Ocala, Gainesville, and a little bit less for Melbourne. This is all going to be on the back side of this as it comes in overnight. So the latest track, hurricane maybe clipping through southeastern Orange County, through central Brevard tomorrow morning.
So we're still waiting to hang on. I was getting a phone call. We're still waiting, obviously, for the I don't think, in my opinion, and I am qualifying myself, I am an idiot. I am stupid. I am retarded. So to qualify, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. With that said, I've been through a lot of hurricanes, so yada, 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 whatever. Who fucking cares, right? I think the worst from what I am most fearful of has passed through Orlando in terms of the tornadoes. And they say that there's not a lot of tornadoes to come, but there's a lot of high winds and flash flood. So I have confirmed because I've been keeping contact with, most of my team when I can. Obviously, Jay was on the live stream earlier. Beardo was on the live stream earlier. And I have confirmed Krista's doing fine as well. So, Ryan, it's Ryan. What do you want from me? But we've got a few other people that Ryan will be fine. But, so Chris is doing fine. She still has power, everything like that. So all is good. And what's this right here?
The second story, watching my boat because I was afraid, with the high winds, it was on a lift. And all of a sudden, it started blowing harder than just a big gust. And next thing you know, just a wall of white. And I just yelled down for everybody to get in the middle of the house, get out from the second story. And we all went down and basically rode it out, shut the doors, and hung out in the hallway until the noise went away.
I mean, for you, when you heard Dad saying, get inside, shut the doors, tornado, how did you feel?
Scared. Like, first thing I knew I was on the phone with my friends, and then a tornado came and the power went out.
Oh my gosh. And guys, walk me through. Okay, so you guys took steps. I'm not sure if you guys can see because it's dark, but they strapped down one of their trees over here. They say it had come over another hurricane, so they were ready for this storm. But kind of walk me through some of the damage now you guys are dealing with.
So we'll go to the back. Obviously all the trees started blowing over. This is like a funnel through here between the houses. The wind just funnels through.
We're gonna duck under branches, and we might have to, I don't know if we're gonna make it, but we have trees down, that's for sure. Thank you, Mayor. And no power, still.
Yeah, no power.
Okay, so definitely down trees, and now we're in the backyard.
Yeah, let's go this way.
Okay.
Cleared a little bit of a path here.
We have more trees down.
This is our Hokoka tree.
So a lot of debris of trees so far.
Actually, if you take a branch and you put it in the ground, it'll grow back, so it's fine.
And he just grabbed a ladder, so we are just making our way through an obstacle course. Right now, I'm gonna try to step on this so V can come through. V. I don't want this to snap. Okay. Okay. Wow, this tree's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then our big, this big tree here blew down. It's a really big coconut tree.
Oh.
So that one blew over into our fence.
Yep, okay. And then where we're heading, I think, the mayor's taking us to his boat slip. He had, Mayor, you said 30,000-pound boat?
Yeah, it's about a 30,000-pound boat, and it actually shifted on the lift. That's how hard the wind blew. I got the lift strapped down, and then I got the boat strapped down to the trees.
Is this the boat?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and you had already strapped it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, talk with me, sir. When you see that your boat was moved, how shocking is that to know that this tornado could do that?
You know, I anticipated, something happening just because there's a lot of sail area there, but, for it to actually shift on the lift itself is pretty insane. I mean, that's a big boat, 30,000 pounds, 56 feet. So.
And the straps you had put in over here, this was to secure it for the hurricane.
I got straps on all four corners. And then I've got straps on all corners of the lift here as well.
Okay.
And then I've got straps over here.
And I'm not sure, you guys can't see this because it is so dark out, but this water,
yeah.
I mean, Mayor, this is high.
Yes, and then you can see also the dock has started to sag over here, probably from the wind shaking the lift and making it push down in the water more.
Anything, sir, you want to say to Cocoa Beach community? We know that landfall is approaching quickly. Just what do you want to say, to calm any concerns, keep our community, feeling peaceful during this?
Sure. Well, again, guys, this is a hurricane. It's a minimal, Category 1, but, don't take it lightly because, like I said before, these tornadoes are the worst part about a hurricane, or at least a minimal hurricane.
So that was the Cocoa Beach situation right there. Let's get back to actual stuff going on with Milton making landfall.
In a nocturnal sense.
And it is a Category 2 right now. So Hurricane Milton is now down to a Category 2, 110 mile an hour wind speed, wind gust 150 miles an hour. It's moving 16 miles an hour, which is pretty fast. I wish it was moving a little faster, but that's still pretty fast.
And affecting the electrical infrastructure here. And yeah, I'm just looking into darkness. I can barely see the camera in front of me, but at least the winds have come down a little bit in the last 20 or 30 minutes.
All right, Sam Brock, you and your team stay safe as well. We thank you for your reporting and staying up late for us tonight here on NBC News Now. We are up and we are broadcasting live from Sarasota because Hurricane Milton has made landfall and it is just absolutely crushing the city of Sarasota. Just behind me, we've been watching this tennis pavilion that is getting the siding ripped off of it. We're going to put a light on it so you can see it a little bit better. We're trying to keep eyes on it because when the siding...
Check this out. This is your typical Florida man right here. Here we go, right here.
Jogger, actually. Look at this. Wow. It's a Florida man right there for you, Blake, jogging in the hurricane. Look at the trees, though, Blake, and you can see how windy it is. Again, it's coming through right now. Everybody's just waiting to see how close is the center is this storm.
Florida man just out there jogging in a hurricane.
Jogger, actually. Look at this. Wow.
Because Florida man doesn't give a damn. That's why. Florida man doesn't care. Thank you to everyone here. The fact that there are 3,000 people watching me, quite honestly, makes me judge your intelligence. I don't know why you're watching me, but I'm glad that you are here. I am glad that you're here, and I do appreciate that you're here. I just don't know why you're here. But let's continue on getting updates.
Here are some of those totals. Now, it says over the last 24 hours. The reality is it's been the last 6 hours. We have seen over a foot of rain across southern Pinellas County. Most of Pinellas County has seen 10 to 14 inches of rain. So that's why we are having flash flooding, and it's not over. I mean, it just isn't. You've got Pasco County, anywhere from 6 to 8 inches of rain from Dade City, Wesley Chapel, back toward Land O'Lakes, over toward Holiday, Hudson, Newport Richey, that entire area. And Pasco County, it has not been raining as long as it has in Pinellas and Hillsborough, at least the heavy stuff. So these totals are even more impressive because they're rivaling what's been going on in some of the other spots in a shorter period of time. Northwestern Polk County, from Lakeland back up toward the northwest, 8 to 12 inches of rain. And again, the point is, you note that 4 a.m. this flash flood warning remains in effect. So that's 5.5 hours from now that it's going to continue. This is getting to the point where there might not even be a definable eye anymore. This is getting really, really close to converting to a non-tropical system, and it's elongating, and in doing so, the wind spreads out. And obviously, so does the rain, because rainfall totals are just off the charts. There it is, winds of 120, 110 miles an hour, making it a Category 2 hurricane officially. East-northeast winds at 16 miles an hour, the pressure continuing to rise. Latest wind gusts, 84 miles an hour in St. Pete. And speaking of St. Pete, our Eric Waxler is live in St. Pete, where he's right in the middle of it, literally the strongest winds on board. Eric, how goes it?
Yeah, for sure, Dennis. Just when you think we've seen everything that Hurricane Milton can bring to us, it just steps it up a notch. And again, we're just off.
Bro, I want to get a crew. Like we need to get the G&G weather crew together. Okay, like I don't know what it takes to be a meteorologist. Do you like go online and take a test? Like, how does it work? I don't know, but I want to get the G&G weather crew together, okay? And we're gonna be out there. We're gonna have Beardo and Jay driving through the storm, firsthand point of view. I'm gonna be back at the studio directing everything. Ryan's just gonna be screaming at the hurricane, cussing it out, yelling. Like, this could be the greatest thing ever. We gotta make this happen.
Heard other reporters around the Bay Area mention, and that sound. I mean, there've been a couple times where I've heard a sound that it sounds like an airplane is flying over our heads. And
can't wear Crocs, bro. I'll be wearing my camo Realtree hunting boots. Okay, I wear them in unnecessary places already, so this is a perfect place to wear them. So yeah, I want to do this, man. I need more money. My ambitions for Geeks and Gamers far exceed my budget.
Our hotel, as far as I can tell, still, yes, does have power here, but it is a intense situation here, as just the strongest winds that we've seen from Hurricane Milton tear through downtown St. Pete, and we're again on the north side of the eye of this hurricane and feeling every bit of it right now, guys.
Eric, question for you.
And
you reported 84-mile-an-hour
Yeah.
gusts. Actually, it was a 92. I'm not seeing any damage. I'm seeing a lot of wind and rain, but I'm not seeing any damage. Are they? I mean, is it?
It's because the tornadoes were ahead of it, and the tornadoes apparently, again, from what I saw, they were too elevated. Most of them didn't touch down. A few of them did, but not many.
You know, our biggest worry going into this storm was the debris left over from the last hurricane, that it would be airborne everywhere, and thankfully we haven't seen any of that go by. But yeah, I haven't seen any major damage. Now, that being said, we're also not by the coast. We're taking shelter, as we should be, by this hotel in a strong, secure building. So hopefully we won't see too much when we venture out once this storm passes. But just looking around, I mean, other than these sheets of rain hitting us in the face, everything is relatively okay, at least for the moment.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Thank you, Eric Waxler, live in St. Pete. Greg, we're going to take a look at our traffic cam outside our studios. This is, there you see it kind of blowing in the wind. You were looking at it. I was looking at it. What would you...
We got a couple super chats. I need to catch up on super chats. I apologize. So let me pull this up. Give me just a second. Give me just a second, ladies and gents. Right here. All right. And okay, my apologies. I'm a little behind on soups, but we will get caught up. We will get caught up. Where did I leave off? Right here. Zero of the Heroes is breaking. Springfield, Ohio, hit by Cat Eater 5 storm. Hawks Sidekick says, why is Trump going to California on Saturday? It's going to be worse than him going to Butler. Why is Trump going to California on Saturday? It's going. Did you mean to say that twice? You probably didn't mean to say that twice. Listen, man, Trump will go anywhere he can, and I think he's trying to shore up the popular vote. If he can possibly pull that off, that's going to be a huge get for him if he can pull that off. Fable of Man says, Yannick Garcia, Susanna Amelia, Leticia Castro, you're welcome. I know who Yannick Garcia is. Booming Bob says, now with a daily, a new question emerges. Snake Eyes, Trump, Trout, or Nintendo Switch 2 clock? I'll answer that one on daily. Love Dogs for 10 says, stay safe, everyone in Florida. Prayers for everyone in the path of this storm. Please be safe. Hail the 199. Thank you, Love Dogs. Appreciate you. The Copper Owl says, remember Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, he is with you. Through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. Pray for those in the storm. Well said. Thank you and amen. Disco Cobra says, can't mess with Milton, man. Just don't mess with the Stapler Man. Remember, he burned that whole business to the ground in the end. Dude, Office Space is truly one of the greatest comedies ever made. Skippy says, me and the Weatherman gonna film Joker 3. Grand Potato says, that guy wants Milton to pound him with its 16 to 24 inches storm surge. Lady Aaron D with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Lady Aaron D. By the way, I think I got it. I think GJJ, he dropped 5 earlier. I think I got that one earlier. I just want to remember that one, though. Black Kane says, I'd like to see her eye wall. Pre-Dawn Corp says, Woo Pig Suey, or Woo Pig Jeremy. Also, both of those weather chicks are hot. Trump's best ear says, prayers for the great, the best Patriots of Florida, yo 199. Durag Vince says, she's a babe. Players got to play. Am I right? Craig Morning says, she said she's getting multiple 4 inches an hour. Strange way to admitting being a dwarf gangbang. Eric says, Ian dumped 15 inches in Seminole County in 2022. Basket City says, hail the 199. Prayers for the people in the path of Milton and people still missing in western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee. Nobody Cares says, right now, Kerry Lake and is debating Ruben Gallego and needs our help. Right now? Where is that debate going on? Marlena, I got that one. What is it? Sienna Reese says, I live in North Dakota Indeed, North Dakota, and deal with tornadoes every day or every summer. I at least have a basement to retreat to. You guys in Florida do not. I'm praying for you all. Thank you. Frosty says, hurricanes are running wild, brother, for all. Milton says, Jeremy, I'm coming for you, ninja. By the way, that one chick on Beardo scale system is a 7.6. Right, the guy says, as hard as the storm's blowing, they should change the name from Milton to Kamala. I'll show myself out. Eric CB912 says, lived through Sandy in New York. No power for 2 weeks. Joey says, Jeremy Prime, the best news weather coverage. Wouldn't go that far. RSE Elman says, 150 for Jeremy, 50 cents because you're happy, gay. Spirian for the 199, thank you. Aaron James says, this young girl would rather be barefoot than wear Crocs. RSE says, watching you in paint dry, which is more exciting? Paint dry, of course. Hostile Bogey inbound says, this dude definitely knows where the nearest sushi glory hole is located. Topher for 10 says, did this guy borrow James Spann's suspenders? Disco Cobra says, is Florida man just the most nonchalant person? Like, I don't give an F. I'll jog in the rain. Lieutenant Dan was like, nah, fam, I'll stay in my boat. It's all good. It's all Gucci, man. Andrew CR, where did it go? It jumped on me. Andrew CR says, Jeremy, we have Ryan Kennel at the site where the hurricane will land first. Ryan, how are things? Ryan, it's fucking raining. It's fuck. Back to you. That sounds like Ryan. Let's see. Vlad says strong storm is bad. That floods like much yet. Like me, yes. What? Strong storm. Strong is bad. That flood likes me much, yes. That's what you said. That's what you said. Same Millennial says, towards the Geeks and Gamers Weathercast 199 Fund. Thank you. Brandon says, for Jeremy's tornado chasing truck. Troy News says, Thunder Geeks Cyclone Squad. When the others flee, we charge into the storm. Dragon Dan says, where did it go? If you want extra money, you should start an MK rotation for viewers to take place of the bots. If they donate 500 at once, have it transfer to the next Mario Kart. I mean, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Our Burger over on Rumble says, hope all of my friends in Florida are okay. Well, that is super, super nice. Thank you for that. Let's see. I keep my I've got to delete. I probably have a lot of videos stored on my computer from all my videos I record. I need to clean up my memory a little bit. Let's see. Vault95 says, Jeremy is providing us 24-hour coverage. Let's go. We'll see. Mod Eric says, Tampa Bay, the water has been all sucked out. Someone needs to tell these people when it comes back with more. What happens in a tsunami, anyone? Yeah, I saw that video earlier. Woodaman says, Kamala called. She said she just a small-town girl living in a lonely world. She put Joe on a midnight train to get her out of her hair. BizJack says, I'm watching her warm fronts. All Lag says, hey, Jeremy, you're a scholar, a gentleman, and wait, you hate compliments. You rat fucker. Anyway, Carrie Lake finally gets to debate that piece of shit coward Ruben Gallego tonight. Might be interesting. I'll have to check that out. I didn't even know anything about that. Let's see. And Vault95 says, enjoying my chips and salsa with the CobraCast Hurricane stream. I didn't get a happy birthday song, so I can eat immediately. That's what's up right there. Okay, so let's catch up on some of the latest events really quickly, and then we're going to see what else is going on in the world of. I do have to, I got to show you guys something. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's in my bookmarks. Are you ready to cringe beyond belief? I mean, it's bad. I can't believe that this happened, but at the same time, I can believe this happened. Kamala Harris decided. Oh, man, did it get deleted? No way. Hang on. Kamala Harris. I got to find this video because my bookmark disappeared. Is that it? Yeah, here it is. Okay. Kamala Harris tries to talk. Yeah, here it is right here. Here it is. God. You can't make this shit up, bro. You really can't. Here we go. Here we go.
The other point, Mike, that I would make, especially it came through on the briefing from the federal experts, it's really important that we think about the language that we're using to talk about what we are predicting. Because, for example, it has moved from time to time from a Category 5 to a Category 4. It's important that we not emphasize that downgrading has happened because, in fact, the difference between Category 5 and Category 4 in terms of the danger and the damage is pretty much the same. The other point...
Dude, this chick is so retarded. It is absolutely insane. That's like on the level of like AI is 2 letters. That's what that is. Holy crap, man. Good Lord. Thanks, Kamala. We appreciate that. We really appreciate that. That was really educational for all of us, Kamala. How would we have ever known that without you telling us? Holy shit, bro. Like it's absolutely insane. It really is. But not surprising. Not surprising at all. And then, yeah, I bookmarked one earlier where that was happening, and for some reason it was gone. So right now, National Hurricane Center warns of life-threatening storm surge. And that's going to be more inland than anything. Oh, man. Hang on. What is this? Okay, so I don't know the whole story with the Lieutenant Dan guy, but we've got this right here. Lieutenant Dan fear is at an all-time high as video of an unrelated boat is being shared online. Do you think Dan will make it out alive? So didn't they get him though? Didn't they force him to get out? If I'm not mistaken. I didn't follow the Lieutenant Dan story. I saw it going around. I just had so much else going on that I didn't get a chance to... Like, I saw there was this guy that was going to be riding out the storm in his boat or something like that, and people were talking about it. Let's see. But no, he's not in that boat. Let's see. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on. Lieutenant Dan is still alive as storms make landfall. Hang on, hang on. What is happening right now? What is happening? This is wild, man. This is wild. I'm trying to see what all's going on here. Jeez. Okay. Do you guys just because I'd like to see the chat's response? We do have Alina Haba right here.
Is everybody ready to turn Pennsylvania red? It most certainly looks red to me right now. What a good group, you guys. We have seen the beautiful Kamala Harris for 1,400 days in the White House. And the woman cannot articulate for us what her policies are. And that's because she doesn't have any. No, I should take that back. She's now adopting my favorite president's policies. She is anti-fracking. She has not done well for our economy. She has opened our borders. She is soft on crime. And her cohort wants to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am a MAGA woman with babies, and that ain't happening. So where I come from, when you fail at your job for 1,400 days, you don't get another 1,460 days. And if if you ever have any doubts about her position on her performance, her review on The View yesterday, she said she wouldn't change a damn thing. Yeah. Well, thank you for saying so, Kamala. But the American people decide who gets promoted. And you are not getting promoted. You are fired. Let's win.
Hey, we're all a fan. We're all a fan of Alina Habba. She's very talented.
So, Tom, I can tell you for the moment it appears to be receding. We'll go down below again here. The light that is out, the one that is out, to the left of it, there's one that's on going up the ramp. And there's a, like a no parking sign on the siding. I've been watching that. And the water level used to be beyond it up the ramp. And it has since receded to the other side of it. And I hear that scraping again, Tom, which I know gets both of us turning our heads around because that means that debris is...
All right, I got some video from Venice. Let's see, Venice Bay right here. Check it out. There you go. So flooding is pretty bad, and the storm has just, made landfall about an hour and a half ago. I think the storm made landfall.
I agree with you. I think it might be receding for now. But again, once the high tide hits, it could be a much different story. It's likely going to be a different story. We're just going to have to wait and see what exactly happens with that. Something that has impressed me, though, with this storm is the backside has been incredibly powerful. It looks like the winds may be slowing, but just when you sort of put your guard down for a second, a massive hurricane force wind comes through here, and we already know it's north of 100 miles per hour, Jesse.
Yeah, and Tom, I think this wind cannot make up its mind. We've got this water that's been shooting off the side of the garage. And by the way, for people watching at home, Tom's basically directly above where I'm standing right now. And I can actually see the lights, and I can see your photographer's camera. If he tilts down a little bit more, he can see me. If George tilts down a little bit more, he can see me waving up to him. We'll see if he comes down. I'll keep talking while, yep, there he is. So there we are right below you, Tom. And there you are. Hey, man.
Holy shit.
This water that's shooting off the side here, for a moment, it looked like it was suspended in midair because you had the water.
This is from earlier today. I don't know what time, but this is a tornado from earlier today.
Holy cow. Oh my God, it's like right in front of, oh my God. Holy cow. Oh my God, it's like right in
Bro, it picked up the fucking car. Holy shit.
front of, oh my God. Holy cow. Oh my God, it's like right in front of, oh my God.
Woo! Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I think Hurricane Helene really woke people up, unfortunately, in a bad way. I mean, you hate for hurricanes to hit Florida. I'm a Floridian. I was born in Miami. And, people were hurting from Helene. I spoke to a lot of friends in Tampa. Worried about insurance claims, worried about their houses. The first floor of their houses were flooded. And then now you have this storm as well, and they don't know what to do because of rising insurance rates, losing another week of work, taking your family out of the Tampa area, and then at some point coming back. But the power's going to be out for a while. The power's out right now throughout Sarasota. We're talking about north of 1.6 million people without power in the entire state, which is millions of people when you think about, families and people who have roommates, et cetera, et cetera. As we're watching Sarasota, Jesse, I think one of the things that we're going to have to figure out as the sun comes up, right, is what happened to those barrier islands, because that was the big fear. Places like Longboat Key, we know that...
Got another video. This is from Fort Myers earlier. Here we go. Jeez, man. Like, just maybe stay off the road. Maybe stay off the road. That might be a good idea in times like this. Just an idea.
Was around my waist height. And when you looked at all the piles of debris in all of the neighborhoods out there and the businesses impacted as well, that was from a storm that was bringing a projected half as much storm surge as what we were thinking we were going to see with Milton. One of the storylines that I'll also be thinking about in the days ahead, Tom, is, we're heading into fall, and you can hear that scraping debris. It's right at the edge here, so we'll be keeping an eye on it. It's a little cooler now in the fall as we get into fall, which hopefully will alleviate some of the stress of being in the heat without air conditioning. But one of the things that people may not realize when they watch our coverage of this and aren't familiar firsthand with the impacts of a hurricane, the threats that officials are thinking about don't go away after a hurricane. They just change, because then it becomes about people properly using generators to have lights, to have produce kept in a fridge, to run air conditioning, all of the things that we take for granted on a good day that run through generators for a lot of people after storms. If you don't handle that generator properly, that can be deadly too, Tom.
All right, Jesse Kurz for us. Jesse, we appreciate that. We want to go back to Daytona Beach.
There's a lot of footage that I'm seeing right now, but the people are just posting shit with like Hurricane Milton as the hashtag, and it's old footage. So it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. But that's, that's social media for you. It's never, that's how it's always been.
Tom, as the storm has moved inland and has moved closer to Daytona Beach, but you can hear the wind howling behind me. You can see the trees here.
Beardo just lost power? Were they live? Was Beardo live or something? Holy shit. Okay. That sucks.
Transformers exploding. We've been seeing the same thing here on the Atlantic coast. Transformers popping on the horizon. There is a curfew in place. There's also a mandatory evacuation order in place for this part of Daytona Beach. And you can see why, because we are just now starting to get some of the strongest part of the storm, and we expect that the worst of it, Tom, is going to be over the next 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm checking in to see. All right, I'm checking in to see if he's okay. I'm sure he's all right.
Possibly a tornado touchdown in Daytona. Was there anything to that reports, or were those unsubstantiated?
So far, what I was seeing, Tom, is we were seeing the traditional, the stereotypical rotation on radar, and then the winds picked up really quickly here. We can actually walk over to the road a little bit and show you some of what we were seeing, because the winds have been so intense, pretty consistent, and then all of a sudden we saw those swirling winds. So it matched what I was seeing on the live radar, that we saw that rotation. Haven't been able to yet determine if it was a confirmed tornado, but here on the street, there's been a lot of, I'm about to lose my hat, there's been a lot of debris flying by, so we're going to stay here in the wind shadow to stay safe. But as that was happening, you could see things being picked up and tossed down the street here behind me, Tom.
Chase King, we appreciate you. Thank you. Please stay safe tonight. We want to speak to the sheriff of St. Lucie tonight, St. Lucie County. Sheriff, are you with us?
I'm here. How are you?
Good. We're in Sarasota, so it's a little hard for me to hear you at times, but I know you can hear me, so that's a good sign. Sheriff, first of all, I'm sorry. We've heard reports that some people have died because of the tornado that touched down in St. Lucie. Do you have any more information about what's happened there?
Yeah, so currently, right now, we're in 100% rescue mode. Our deputies are out there going through this neighborhood that was just devastated by these multiple tornadoes that touched down in such a short period of time. Governor DeSantis has already reached out. He sent the National Guard, which is here on scene, as well as our partners with Jimmy Petronas. There's a search and rescue team out there. We've got about 200 people searching through this rubbish. We can confirm that there's been multiple fatalities. But again, we haven't even seen the effects of Hurricane Milton yet. Right now, we're focused on, no matter how the storm comes, we're going to rescue as many people as we can.
I'm sorry that your brave men and women are dealing with that at this hour, especially when there's a hurricane that is just ripping across Florida. To give our viewers an understanding of where you are, you're just north of West Palm Beach, Florida. St. Lucie is a special place. It's a wonderful community. I've been there several times. I do want to ask you, how are your teams able to sort of conduct these rescue operations? Are the conditions okay there, or are they battling the elements as well?
Listen, the men and women of the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, the fire district, the municipalities here, as well as the EOC members that are out there in excavators going through this, is going to do everything we possibly can to save as many lives as we can, whether this storm comes or not. So there's people out there that need help. Our deputies are out there. The National Guard is already here. They were here within an hour. A search.
All right, yeah, Beardo just confirmed his power is completely out. He says wind is crazy right now at his place, but he's good to go for now. So he's good. Is Jay still live? Is Jay still live? Let's see here. Let's see. He's checking in with some peeps. All right, let me message Ryan, see if he's dead. So. All right. I haven't talked to Ryan in several hours. So all I said to Ryan was, "Are you dead?" That's all I said. Are you dead? So we'll see. You want me to call Ryan? Let me. I need to make sure he's like seriously not like in a bad way. I'm not just gonna cold call somebody in the middle of a fucking hurricane just to grift off them, unless somebody sends a big enough super chat. But I would never do that to anyone on my crew. I would never do that. I think way too highly of my crew. I would never do that.
Modular homes that, I mean, you wouldn't even recognize it. I'm not sure how strong tornadoes are rated, but I can tell you this: there was cars lifted and flipped upside down, moved hundreds of yards. I can tell you that there was nothing left to some of these places but foundations, and these whole trailers were moved, 10, 15 rolls. I mean, you can't even recognize it. This path of destruction is like nothing.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, tornadoes are more powerful than hurricanes. They cause so much destruction in that line of the tornado.
Thank you, Goji the King, with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Let's see. So, all right, I got confirmation. Krista's good. She's okay. I don't know if is Jay still live? Is Jay still live right now? So we're currently Orlando. Sure. Beardo was live. Beardo's yes, Chris is okay. So Beardo's power out, and all these peeps are in Orlando. So that's why it's going to be hard for me to react to the Andrew Schultz thing tonight, because I'm not going to be able to put my full focus into it right now, because everything's moving into Orlando. So we're probably just going to have to save that for tomorrow, I think. I mean, it may happen later, but I'm too preoccupied. I need to know what's going on with the system because I'm worried about my people in Orlando. You know what I mean? So I can't fully focus on an hour and a half interview right now. Jay is still live? Okay. Jeremy on tomorrow's CobraCast will be like, okay, this is who the Geeks and Gamers crew is dead. Now give me more money. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't want to cold call Ryan unless there's enough money involved. But I would never do that one of people on my team. So Cole Summer says, a Florida coworker today said, I'm just in evac. I'm just in evac zone E. David Wright says Trump's second term is storm-born, signaling strength. Jay is playing Uno. The fuck is wrong with Jay? Jay's playing Uno. I figure he'd at least be playing Fortnite or something. He's not even playing. What was Beardo playing? I got you, Harley Dave. I got you. Give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Let's see here. Harley Dave, let's see what you got for me. I got to sign in. Why do I have to sign in? Okay. There we go. And there we go. All right. Let's see here. Harley Dave on Streamlabs. $15 says, Jeremy, the hurricane meteorologist, check out the tweet I tagged you in from 5 hours ago. Trump played that video at his rally. It's savage. Which video? I'll check it out, though. I will. I got to focus in on the hurricane right now, but I will. I'll go back to my mentions and look that up. Let me see what they're saying right here. Here we go.
Pittsburgh, Florida, 40 in Clearmont, 52 hours at 100 in the hours. We're going to end up getting issued in the next couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Noah. Here now, a neighborhood in North Fort Myers was hit hard by a potential tornado. These pictures coming to us from the Lee County Sheriff's Office. You'll see gutters, trees, bricks strewn all over this mobile home park. Other pictures show part of a strip mall. This is it, where decks, fences, light poles torn to splinters. There you see it towards the bottom of these pictures. The National Weather Service is sending a crew to survey the rest of that damage.
And caught on camera, the moment a massive tree branch just snaps off and lands right on top of a car. It happened in DeLand early.
Beardo's calling me. Hello?
Yo.
I'm live.
Oh, smokes. Okay.
Did you know? You probably didn't know I'm live.
I had no clue.
Yeah, my chat told me you were live, and then they said that your power went out, so that's why I was checking on you. So spoiler alert: a few people were actually worried about you. Can you believe that?
All two of them.
All two of them. So yeah, but you're good, bro.
I'm good, man, dude. It is windy as hell, man. It's outside right now. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's just I don't think you're gonna have to worry about tornadoes right now. But I definitely would check in with like Ryan Hall's channel and see if they're. But I think most of the tornadoes have already moved out. I think. So that's the big thing. And then I don't know if you're in a low-lying area, like in terms of like flood. Are you in a flood zone?
No, I'm elevated. My backyard's elevated, and I literally have a drain in my front yard.
Okay, perfect.
But I wanted to call you and let you know my text messages aren't going through, but I can make phone calls.
Okay. What about Twitter?
So I haven't tried yet, but YouTube's not working, and my text messages aren't going out.
Wow.
I'll try Twitter, but and this is just on LTE. This is just on my AT&T. Text messages aren't going. YouTube's not working, but I can make phone calls. So I just wanted to call you and let you know that I'm only phone call available.
Okay. All right, cool, man. I'll check back in with you a little bit later, man. Feel free to call me if you want and update us if anything pops up.
Cool. Sounds good. Have a good stream.
All right, brother. Bye.
Yep.
All right, so there's Beardo. So he can't do anything. He can't text. He can only make calls, and that's kind of crazy. So
water. Now we've seen this extended. Notice if you were watching just 30 minutes ago, you didn't see Plant City included in this or Polk City, and that's because that area that we've been so concerned about with all of that heavy rain kind of just sitting over the St. Pete and Tampa area is starting to shift a little farther to the east as Milton continues to work across the state. So that means that this is going to be extending, and what you're going to notice here as the night goes on, this extends farther east as Milton works closer to Orlando, works closer to Daytona Beach. Here's where the center of it is right now. So again, on the northern side of that center, as it works up towards Titusville, Daytona Beach area, that's where the heaviest of the rain is going to be. And we've seen impressive totals already, over a foot in some spots. And we've seen 5 inches of rain in 1 hour in St. Petersburg. So that just tells you how robust that area of rain is. And as it moves across the state, it's going to continue to cause those problems. Notice where the heaviest of it is right now. It was centered closer to Tampa. Now we're talking just to the north and west of Winter Haven, where you have those deepest of pink kind of return.
all right, let me call Ryan. Let's see. Let me call Ryan. Let's see.
Hello.
Are you not dead? I'm live. I'm live, by the way. I'm live. Don't say any words. Anyway, I'm live. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, not dead. Just some rain and some wind. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Beardo's power just went out, and he can't make his text messages are down too. He can only make phone calls. He can't access YouTube or Twitter or anything. So,
oh, that's certainly a loss for humanity. Whatever will we do? How will we survive without that? Yeah, I mean, so far here everything's fucking fine. My phone works, my power works, my internet works, and it's a little bit windy and some rain. So maybe in an hour or so I'll be kicking myself for saying that. But yeah, it really hasn't been too bad.
all right, cool, man. All right, well, everybody loves you, Ryan, because you spread so much positivity on the internet.
Yeah, I bet. So.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, so Ryan is not dead as of right now anyway. Not yet. Not yet. So we'll see how the day goes. But, bro, check this out. All right, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
We need to go check on Heather and Curtis.
Oh
my God.
Holy shit.
We need to go check on Heather and Curtis.
Holy crap. So that was in Wellington, which is South Florida. So I'm imagining that was earlier today. I think that was earlier today is where that was from. Holy crap. That is downright fucking terrifying. So let's see. Let me see. I got to respond to some more messages. All right.
It does appear that people are listening to the warnings. And I'll tell you, unlike you guys, where you had a period of time where you were in the eye and it seemed like things had calmed down, this has really been a very steady, heavy wind, heavy rain event. We haven't seen any cars about. We haven't even seen any police or anyone out in this. And just because the winds have been so dangerous for so long, it does sound like they are going to lighten up a little bit, that the rain is going to lighten up a little bit, but then you are left with this situation where you had all that debris outside of people's houses. That has now all been scattered into the roads. You will have live wires in the roads. It will still be, even when the rain and wind let up here, very dangerous to move around the city of Tampa, Tom.
And Stephanie, you know, we were talking about the power outages here in Sarasota. Behind us, the power is out. The lights we do see are from generators and emergency lights at buildings. Are you experiencing the same?
I will say this, and I don't want to get ahead of myself here because we still got a long ways to go. But as it stands right now, this is not right now, based on the information we have, it doesn't seem like it's as bad as we were expecting it to be. It's still bad, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to put any. I'm not trying to minimize any of the damage or anything that's happened, because there's obviously a lot of damage. But like the storm surge hasn't been as bad as what we anticipated so far, and a lot of the tornadoes that were spotted, you know, not a few of them touched down, but I think there were a lot of tornadoes confirmed earlier, a lot of tornadoes warnings out there. It's still bad. I'm not trying to minimize this, but it looks like that it's not as bad as a lot of people were worried about, which is a good thing, But we'll see what happens. But right now, now it's at a category 2. It's losing speed, which is a good thing. And we're just going to have to continue to see what the night is like. Let me see where we're at. We've got boom, boom, boom. Norm Al Man 450 says, I hope all members of the 199 in Florida are staying safe. Please use this money for a hurricane fund. Go 199. Thank you, Norm Al Man. Appreciate that. And whatever the crew needs. I am literally, right now, I have everything. I am packed. I'm ready to walk out the door if I need to. I'm ready to get in my truck right now and drive down there if I need to. So I am prepared for that, if need be. I'm 100% prepared to do that. And, if anything pops up. Fable of Man says, gotta head out. Love you, Snake Pit. Prayers to everyone over there in Florida. Thank you, Fable of Man. Appreciate that. I know I have to catch up on Super Chats. 3 for 10 says, from Houston, Florida's sister in arms when it comes to hurricanes. Stay safe. Keep your powder and Crocs dry. Cali transplants. Don't be stupid with the displaced critters and a bunch of alligator emojis. Thank you, 3. I appreciate that. Savage Talk says, I'm so F, Jeremy. The flood has just breached the doors. Had to end my stream. Did you prepare, Savage Talk? Like, if you are in Tampa, which you are apparently, I think you said you're in Tampa, you've got to get sandbags and everything, man. If you're in a low-lying area, you gotta keep us posted, man. Got to keep us posted. Midnight Light says, can we get Geeks and Gamers or D-Day Cobra Storm Chaser shirts? Hail the figs and the iDots. Hail the 199. Let it rip tonight. I mean, listen, that's the thing. My ambition for Geeks and Gamers is so much far beyond my resources. that's just the reality of the situation. And maybe that's a good thing. I mean, it's Geeks and Gamers is bigger than I ever thought it would be. But I want so much more from it. I want us to do so much more. I want us to be able to accomplish so much more. And I think we can. Time will tell. I got that one. Kremlin says, would you rather watch Snake Eyes or a party at Diddy's? Snake Eyes. Phantasmus Knox says, I assume you saw Kamala share a beer with Colbert. I did, and it was awful. Axel Jensen says, going to try and get the Coachella rally this Saturday. I will be covering it. And Orange Sea Lion says, let's get down to business to defeat the Dems. Did they send soy boys when I asked for Chads? Phantasmus Knox says, if Cat 4 is the same as Cat 5, then Cat 3 is the same as Cat 4. This is where we're going with Kamala's logic. Goodness, she is retarded. She is an absolute retard. She is an absolute retard. Anderson Cooper got hit by flying debris. What? Is there video of this? Somebody tag me on Twitter if there's video of this. Tag me on Twitter. Wait a minute. Internet Archive was hacked? What? Internet Archive was hacked. Isn't that interesting? Internet Archive hacked. Wow. Isn't that convenient? Okay, do you guys want me to, I saw some people saying that you want me to call Krista. You want me to call Krista? Let me check in with Krista, see how she's doing. Let's see here. Let's see. Is it on speaker? I don't have to warn her that we're live.
Hello?
Hi, Krista.
Hello.
The chat wants to know if you're safe.
I'm okay. I'm eating soup.
You're eating soup. Do you have power?
Yes, I have power. And I'm wearing a hoodie. And it's like, I look like a Nona. Like I'm covering it all over my face. It's
all right.
Kristen.
So,
but I'm doing fine. Thank you for calling me and checking up on me. Thank you to those who reached out to me. I really appreciate it.
Yep. So stay safe. Make sure your phone is fully charged. And let us know if you need anything. The chat has been very, very worried about you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Is it windy? Is it raining?
Yeah, it's been windy, rain. I got like an alert saying like watch out for floods, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
All good.
All right. Well, be safe. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So Chris is good. So all good. Very happy to hear that. So now chat, we're checking up on all the peeps right now. Okay. So, Hawk's sidekick says, Jeremy Prime, mage of the 199. You're a crazy lad. Thanks for everything you do. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity. What the heck is going on? All right, there we go. And okay, let's hear what they're saying right now.
It is crossing through the state of Florida right now. Our meteorologist Angie Lassman has been walking us through what we are seeing on the radars, the science behind everything that we're feeling here in Sarasota on the ground, as we're still feeling some hurricane force winds, Angie. You know, you've been tracking this hurricane, you've been tracking the storm surge, and tonight, even the threat of tornadoes and some deadly ones that have made landfall here in Florida.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Tom, it doesn't look like any of those, those threats are going to subside all that much. The good news is that we no longer have any tornado watches that are in effect, but we'll, of course, keep an eye on how things escalate here as that system works across. We know with the circulation of a tropical system, we could see a spin up or two. So that's the good news. The bad news is all the other impacts that we've been telling you about for days and days, they unfortunately are developing and unfolding in a lot of spots. So let's
call Gary and ask if he's okay.
Of concern that we have right now. A flash flood emergency has been expanded into portions of Polk City, Plant City, Zephyr Hills. It initially was just confined to the Tampa, Clearwater, Rusk, and Bradenton area. Now that has, of course, expanded because the system is on the move, and we've seen just incredible rainfall happening and unfolding. Specifically, places like St. Pete, 5 inches of rain in 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock time frame. That's 1 in 1,000 year kind of rain event. It is unprecedented for us to see these kinds of things developing in such a quick time period, and we likely will see that continue, that same trend continue here as the system works to the north and east, and it's going to be kind of slicing right through the heart of Florida. Notice Cat 2 still at this hour, likely remaining at least a Cat 2 or maybe a Cat 1 here by the time it works into the Space Coast area. But Winter Haven up into Orlando, Titusville, Daytona Beach all have the potential to see some very heavy rainfall. Some of those spots are already starting to see it ramp up. Notice Orlando, we're getting into some of the heaviest of that rain. Notice the pinks that you see in the reds just to the north and west of Winter Haven. And by the way, we're seeing some strong wind gusts in those same areas. So incredible rain, strong wind gusts. And this is going to be something that continues here as we get through the evening and night hours and go into the overnight and into early tomorrow morning as the system starts to work offshore. But that's kind of the setup as far as the rain goes for essentially the next 12 hours in some of these spots. The highest of risk from the Tampa area up to the Daytona Beach area. I think when this is all said and done, double-digit rainfall amounts are not going to be out of the question for a lot of spots, not just singular spots. These are entire communities that are dealing with a flash.
Yeah, so I just saw this right here. So the roof of Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, has been ripped off. So there you go. So that is Tropicana Field. So very interesting to see that. Let's go back.
Some of those spots that we see double-digit storm surge
Call
values
Shad
just as
and
the
make
National
sure he's
Hurricane Center
okay.
predicted.
Yeah, that is. There are a lot of unknowns right now, Angie, but that happens sometimes with hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
You report what you have, you report what you know, and then we stay up and we keep studying everything and making sure we can get it right the morning after once we can sort of confirm some of the things we saw. But we're seeing so much tonight. Sam Brock, live in Fort Myers, he's seen.
All right, here's Tucker Carlson getting. I have not watched this. Oh, here we go. It's my first time watching this.
And the water now is really starting to pour over. If you look at the graph, whoa. Okay. And the water now is really starting to pour over. If you look at the graph, whoa.
Not the first time Tucker Carlson has taken Anderson Cooper has taken a shot to the face. Not the first time that's happened for Anderson. So the fact that, here we go with, CNN's trying to be something that they're not. You're not real reporters, so no one's actually taking you seriously. All right, call Alex Jones. I have Alex Jones' phone number. You want me to call Alex Jones right now? You want me to call Alex Jones? I'm not going to call Alex Jones. Don't send me a super chat trying to get me to call Alex Jones. I'm not calling Alex Jones. Hey, Alex, remember when you were on Friday Night Tights? And you thought Jeremy from the Quartering ran it? Yeah, I'm the other Jeremy. How you doing tonight, man? Just want to check in and see how you're doing.
Water coming up to their knees. Over my shoulder, there goes a piece of tree. There's a dumpster in the distance. I don't know how dark this is for you, Tom. The water is about halfway up to the dumpster. I mean, that dumpster has got to be 8 feet tall, so that's at least 4 feet of water. You know, there was just a lot of commenting, if you will, on social media when we started posting this information. People saying, "You guys are embellishing. There's no way there's going to be an 8 to 12 foot storm surge. Get out of here." Well, as Dana was talking about a second ago, 6 feet, and you were as well in Naples. Perhaps that's crested, perhaps it hasn't. We know that it doesn't really hit high tide until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll find out. The water is all over the place. I would also add, it's not exactly clear how many deaths there will be. We have several confirmed already from one tornado, Fort Pierce. Okay, that's the east side of the state. Governor DeSantis earlier today was talking about 19 tornadoes that had touched down in his estimation. They haven't been surveyed yet. There's got to be likely dozens of them in reality that have actually occurred in Florida, and we don't know how many of those led to, sadly, fatalities. You just extrapolate and extrapolate. As I stare into a black space right now, 1.6 million people in the state of Florida with no power at the moment. So you have a power crisis. You could have certainly a water and sewage crisis tomorrow. We'll find out how well protected those pieces of critical infrastructure were. We saw this play out with Helene just the last week or so. When you don't have water, how that impacts communities as a result of just so much water, it's damaging infrastructure. So that's all something that needs to be figured out. And then the shelters. I mean, you have 100,000 plus people situated in shelters right now. Can you imagine if there hadn't been these mass evacuations, the kind of situation that we'd be looking at? So that's sort of, in a nutshell, what we're seeing. But God, these winds.
All right, I got some video from Savage Talk right here. Yeah, that does not look good. That does not look good. The only good news from that perspective, and let me go back to this, is where's the radar? Let me get the radar pulled up. Is that the storm should be passing through completely in a few hours, but that's not a good situation, man. You need some sandbags that you need to stack up and pile up, and I'm sure, I don't know if you have them now. There's obviously no way to get them now. Let's see. What's up, Meme TV? I see you, bro. How you doing, man? Right here, let's go to this.
And get you any updates as soon as we learn them. In the meantime, though, let's go now to Osceola County. More live soon. Just thinking of obviously kind of new. St. Petersburg, we are seeing the roof to Tropicana Field badly damaged right there. You can actually see into the ballpark. You'll see the stadium lights, you'll see the famous catwalks, and the stadium is right now being used as a base camp to support the Florida Department of Emergency Management ahead of the storm. Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow.
You were saying National Guard troops were stationed inside Tropicana, so obviously that's not protecting them from the elements, but that is just an amazing sight. We know they're eventually getting a brand new ballpark over there, but that is a major project to get that restored after Hurricane Milton moved through. Wow.
And all those pictures of the cots that are set up, just thinking of how many of them are in there.
Are now exposed to the elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was thousands.
Why is Laughing Man yelling at me? Laughing Man's yelling at me, wants me to read the super chat that relates to this. How am I supposed to find that? Let's see. River Miles says Tropicana Field looking like Jeremy's jeans. Are you happy, Laughing Man and River Miles? Are you happy? Just so you could take a shot at me? You want me to call Theory? I see everybody call Dan, call Theory, call Alex Jones, call Gary. What am I to you guys? What am I to you? Am I a joke? Am I just like, do you think I'm supposed to just do whatever you guys say because you send me money? Is that what you guys think this is?
Stationed in there, correct?
It looked like it.
Yeah.
It definitely looked like it. So that new video just into the newsroom, and we will stay on top of this story and get you any updates as soon as we learn them. In the meantime, though, let's go now to Osceola County. More live team coverage. Fox 35's Kelsey Cairns with us now.
Hey there, Kelsey. Good evening. It looks like maybe you're in a lull.
speaking of calls, hello, Jay.
Hey, was anybody on the stream worried about me?
Who is this?
It's Drunk 3PO!
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No one?
No
one?
No. Sorry, buddy.
Okay, well, I have electricity, I just don't have internet. So, that's what's going on over here.
No, but in all seriousness, no, we knew you were live, so, but did you lose internet now?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
And,
damn.
I lost it earlier today, and then when we were playing Fortnite, but it came back in like 10 minutes, so, because the power's still on.
Okay.
You know, so the wind's not too bad over here, so who knows.
Okay.
But
well,
keep doing your job, man. Keep reporting. People need
keep us posted, man. Seriously, call back with any updates, man. We seriously are worried about you guys, so just keep us posted.
100%.
All right, bro.
I got you, boss.
All right,
Tell everyone we said love you. Hey, one last thing.
Yep.
I want to say thank you to everyone from the Snake Pit. My Welcome to Rebellion podcast channel got monetized in record time.
Hell yeah.
So they just sent me the email about an hour ago saying, congratulations, welcome to monetization. I couldn't believe it.
Hell yeah.
So,
that's awesome, man.
Snake Pit chat, always number one. So, all right, brother. Yeah, well, I'll text you if anything.
Okay, bro. All right, later. Yeah. Bye. All right, so Jay has lost internet. So there's that.
Some people who were from the Orlando area who lived in a vulnerable spot and decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to play it safe rather than sorry and really stay here at the Rosen, which is exactly what we're doing here at Fox 35. But we know conditions are going to continue to deteriorate here in the Osceola area right by the Rosen. But as you can see, I mean, just looking at the palm trees, the wind, it's pretty strong right now. I'm thankful that I'm not getting soaked by the rain. But, hey, we've got our rain pants on. We've got our rain gear on. We're ready for anything. Bring it on, Milton, as we say. But yes, of course, we are staying safe, as I just mentioned earlier. But yeah, I mean, rain, not so bad, not so much of an issue. It's really just the wind. But yes, it has knocked out a little bit of power here at the hotel. I mean, this is a massive hotel. I mean, it's totally sold out right now. So you can only imagine, you could start to feel the humidity inside. Yeah, definitely no AC as of right now, but at least we have the lights on. So that's the good news. We also spoke to someone inside the hotel who didn't want to go on the camera, someone who's also staying here. And she explained she heard
JM the Elite fan for 50 on Rumble says Ryan Hall had a factoid earlier today. He had the second most tornado warnings in a single state. Let's say today had the second most tornado warnings in a single state of all time, below the 2011 Alabama super tornado outbreak. It was 2011 when the whole thing with Carson Tinker happened. I think I'd heard Max Velocity talking about that earlier and how many reported tornadoes there were. But is 2011 the year that Carson Tinker, who was the kicker for Alabama, and his girlfriend got yanked out of his arms? Is that the one? Because that's crazy if that's the case.
With their dogs and with their pets, people pass.
Read much, Jeremy? Watch much? I can't read. I am retarded. So, yeah. I think so in 2011. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Tornadoes are scary as hell. They're terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Let's see here. All right, let's switch over to this cam feed just for a minute. So as you can see, in the top two is Tampa Bay and Key West. And then the bottom two is Sanibel Island and Tampa Bay. So those are the top two areas you're looking at right there. Let me see if there's any more good feeds on right now. Jeremy can't even read Braille. Damn. That's savage right there. That was brutal. Jeremy can't even read Braille. Holy shit, that was good. You got me on that one. Calls Disparu. Just call everybody. Just call everybody in your phone. Is Gary okay in Texas? So this guy's driving around. This is a Reed Timmer. And he's just driving around. Look at this. He's just driving around. This is insane. So, this is like we thought the Super Bowl for weather people was Helene, and no, this is the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl. Call Gina. Call Dan Vask. Just call everybody. Just call everybody.
Here's the current satellite. You can see the areas, especially across the bottom right eye wall, starting to collapse, but still that circulation very much happening. And we're going to continue to keep this widespread rain across central Florida as we head through the next couple of hours. So flooding, now the big concern. After that, then it's going to be the winds, which is going to increase our power outages all across the region. But this is the 11 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center of the track of Milton. And the biggest update is that it's holding Category 2, and before the 8 o'clock update or the 10 o'clock update had this storm weakening to a tropical storm as it makes its way off the East Coast. This is still going to be holding Category 1 strength as it continues to slam the East Coast. So Daytona, areas across Volusia County, areas all down Brevard County, those areas are going to be feeling winds of 100+ miles per hour, and they're going to also start to see not only the wind but also the rain from the backside of the storm really pummel the East Coast as this Milton is going to be making its way out of Florida. From there, slowly weakening into a tropical storm, and then from there, finally fizzling out. But power outages right now, this is probably, they're only going to go up from here. We're looking at 1.8 million people in Florida without power tonight, and that is 16% of the population. Counties across our viewing area are really starting to add up. Every county looking at over 10,000 people without power, looking at 40,000 people, or 18.5% of the population of Marion County without power tonight. As we take a look at a few more counties, 28,000 people in Lake County without power, or 16% of the population, 10,000 people without power in Seminole County tonight, and that is because of not only the wind but the rain, and that rain is still going to continue through the rest of the overnight tonight. 26,000 people in Orange County, 3.75.
All right, so that's more power outages are going to happen throughout the night. There's no doubt about that. Here is some of the well, hang on. I don't want to pull that up yet. Let me see. No, that's just from earlier in the day. We've seen all of that. Jay just tweeted out, power is on, but internet is out. And yes, Tropicana Field is in pretty bad shape right now. It's probably not going to get any better. What is this? Even during a hurricane, the Atlanta Falcons are catching strays? What's this?
You might still be in the eye right now. There's a lot more to go. I think back to, the Atlanta Falcons first half Super Bowl winner. We know what happened to the second half when the Patriots came back to life. So do not sleep on the second half of Milton.
Poor Atlanta Falcons. Never, ever going to live that one down. It's never going to happen.
Parks, if you evacuated from Tampa, I know there's probably a large number of you watching us who are not from here. You might be from the other side of the state and you're watching in a hotel room or somebody else's house, or you're just stuck in a hotel at Disney or somewhere. It's just pouring to beat the band. I'm sure you nodding your head at the TV saying, I hear that in the Disney area. But look at the rain rates here all over Orlando, and it's actually going to rain for about.
Okay. I like to share good news, ladies and gentlemen. I'm all about positive news, okay? Positive news is the most important thing to me. If you followed me on the internet for any significant amount of time, you would know that. I'm all about positivity. So here's some positive news for everybody. Man risks his life to raise Trump flag as the hurricane makes landfall. Yes! Florida man! Let's go! He's flying his Trump flag. Look at this guy. What an absolute legend. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up. You love to see it. You love to see it. Florida man undefeated. Florida man absolutely undefeated. All right, let's get back to this because we've got a that's showing where the center of circulation
what's already
is.
followed. We've already had about there'll be some showers that continue through the afternoon, but the winds will subside substantially afternoon tomorrow. Here's the rain still to come. This is why it's a huge concern. Look at the rain totals on top of what's already fallen. We've already had about 5 to 6 inches of rain. So you add that with what's coming, and now you're talking about in line with the forecast of 15 to 20 inches of rain in Lake Mary, in Deltona, DeLand, the St. Johns River, towards New Smyrna Beach. If it floods, it's going to tonight. Pretty easy forecast to say that. Now, in terms of the wind, we'll pick it up at 2 in the morning. Here's the eye of the storm. Now, notice the backs. I've said this 1,000 times. Backside winds are strongest, and believe me, it may even go calm as the eye comes over Orlando about 2 in the morning, but boom, look at that. It gets calm, and then the winds switch to the northwest, and then you'll get a very strong wind out of the northwest. But we'll explain this again in a few minutes. It's called a sting jet, where the winds on the backside are stronger than the front side. So 4:30 in the morning, 85-mile-an-hour winds in downtown Orlando. 91 New Smyrna at 5:30 in the morning, and then we go into the 6 o'clock hour, still talking about 100-mile-an-hour gusts in New Smyrna Beach, and it's not until really about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow till the winds start to subside, and then finally by noon, we're starting to get much better. We'll talk much more about the wind and rain in a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, Noah, thank you.
All right, so it's looking like it's going to be a, it's not a great situation for sure, but I mean it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Man, hang on. I just this guy's really mad at me. This guy on Twitter is really fucking mad at me. I just opened up like my message requests, and this guy was like, I guess, trying to send me a message earlier. And he's like, dude, let's see. So he sent me a Facebook post from someone in St. Petersburg saying they need help. And they gave like an address and location, and he said, dude, sorry to pop you again, but anything you can do to help this poor woman out. I'm doing anything to spread the word. And then he just said, dude, you're posting and literally could help someone out. Now you're live streaming to clout chase. Could have done something to help someone instead of playing video games all day, you fuck. Acting like a real bitch ass F word, Jeremy. I'm just seeing the message now. Holy shit. Good Lord, man. What? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, welcome to the internet. Well, I guess I'm responsible for everything. So, this is why people with a following don't leave their DMs open, because people think that you're supposed to just jump the moment they send you any type of message. So now this guy's mad at me because I did your live. Yes, I'm clout chasing, motherfucker. Yes, I'm grifting off a hurricane for super chats. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? But yeah, good Lord, man. Sorry I didn't see your message, buddy. I hope that person's okay, though. Obviously, I don't want to see anybody in a bad way, but at the same time, I'm not just going to jump at the first sight of like there's like I don't know if like that guy understands this, but there's a lot of scams going on during natural disasters. So just because you send me like a Facebook post of someone saying something, I'm not just going to immediately just go, oh, let me post this. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have to do research. I'm going to have to verify. I'm going to have to look at all this, because I'm not just going to post something because some random person on Twitter sent me a message and said, post this and help this person out because they need to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not just going to do that. I've never done that. So before I can even begin to share that out, it takes a shit ton of research. Well, guess what? I was a little more concerned with my team in Orlando today. That was my priority. So sorry if my priority of taking care of my crew was not something you think I should be worried about. But yeah, that's where we are. So good Lord, man. Anyway, sorry. I guess retarded man bad. We can do retarded man bad for me. We can just do that one. Andrew CR says that Jeremy would never grift out of a hurricane. He's too far professional to do that. Exactly. I am one of the most professional people on the internet. I would never grift a hurricane. It's just not my style. I would never do anything like that. Let me catch up on a few super chats because I am way behind and I do apologize for that. It's been a day. Okay, let's see. So we've got that one. Bobo Yogi says Jay Beardo playing Uno on hurricane in a hurricane. Giga Chad. Let's see. Again, let me see here. Hang on. Minimize this a little bit if I can. Where did it go? Okay. Let's see. A game. How do you say this? A game non-fireman. I don't know how to say your name. I never do. Luke Rudakowski. Will be safe. He's in Miami. Yeah, I saw him tweeting out earlier. The Patriarchy says, hey, Jeremy, great stream. I have never sent a member message before. Not sure if I'm doing this right, so I'm sending this one out as a sort of test message. You did it right, sir. You did it right. David Wright says Trump's second term is, got that one, storm-born signaling strength. Grand Potato says, Jeremy on tomorrow's CobraCast will be like, okay, this is who on the Geeks and Gamers crew is dead. Now give me money. Monolicious says, my brother got a kick out of the Bon Jovi super chats. I absolutely hate Bon Jovi too. You could hear the defeat in Gary's voice. Great idea. It was funny. Bobo Yogi says, Dan must call Ryan to show that he cares. McCock says, Ryan is in his front yard hoping God strikes him down to end his misery of being in Geeks and Gamers. Cattle Dog says, Ryan, pure rage in his heart, is taming the storm. Stay safe, Geeks and Gamers crew. AOE2 Freak says, Miller High Life is a disgusting beer, even from a cheap alcoholic. You can get Bush Ice or Natty Ice or whatever for less. Flag Ninja says, for the Help Geeks and Gamers Crew Fund, love you all, no homo, especially you, Jeremy. Stop looking at me like that, Fig. River Miles, I got yours earlier, thanks to Laughing Man. McCock says, call Mike and tell him to change the batteries in his smoke detector. Grand Potato says, don't call Alex. Tinhead says, call him no balls, Fig. Harley Dave says, don't call him. Rye the Guy says, how does one become a hurricane reporter? The people you work for must not like you very much to send you out into the middle of a dang hurricane. I would think it's probably a situation where people want to do it more often than not, I would think. John Ambler says, hey, Jeremy, here's an idea. Now hear me out. You should call Alex Jones. Duncan, for a member message, Jeremy called Beer over 15 minutes asking if it's okay. Tell him the chat's worried. That's a fucking member message, and I'm going to do it. Okay? Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to act like I haven't called him. Okay? I'm going to act like this is the first time I'm calling.
Yo.
Hey, man. Just calling to check in on you. Haven't talked to you all day.
Sure. How much was the super chat to tell me that I'm gay?
It was a member message.
Just a member message, and you're gonna fucking call me on a member message?
Yeah, I wanted to show some ultimate disrespect.
Sure. Okay. Who was it? Who said it?
No, Duncan Blackthorne sent me a member message. Jeremy called Beardo over 15 minutes asking him if he's okay. Tell him the chat is worried. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Dude, it's crazy, man. It's wild over here. It is.
Any luck on your power or your phone at this point?
No.
Nothing.
No. My data's still down. I can only make phone calls. Power's out, and that's pretty much it, man. I'm just shooting darts and eating beef jerky, and I'm just letting it ride, man.
I hear you, brother. All right, be safe, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yep, have a good one.
Bye. You're gay.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.
Hung up on his bitch ass too. I got a lot of joy letting him know that he was only worth a member message. So let's see. Savage Talk says had him last flood. They didn't do a shit, brother. Had him stacked high. I've had to do the sandbag stuff before. It does work, but it's like at some point it's not going to work though. Norm Al Man says, did anyone call Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers to make sure he's all right? I really want to know if he's safe. Thank you. That makes me feel good. War Wizard says, ask Jay how Beardo is. Axel Jen says, I gave you $2. Do what I say, fig. Nick says, Geeks and Gamers Longhorn energy drinks and Geeks and Gamers Beardo reads classical literature audiobooks, possible areas for expansion. Haas von Butterdutch says, Jeremy, you should call Trump. He's had a rough few years, and we all know Camel Toe Horace won't gift him one of her inspiring calls. Stahl says pop-up books are the only books allowed in the Alabama public school. Black Cane says she looks like she controls the weather. Coalee says Florida man, this land is Trump country. Back you foul storm. Greedo Gaming says, did you see the video Trump shared at his rally? No, I don't think so. I know you guys were tagging me on that to check it out, but I have not seen it yet. Maximus BT says, where my breeds at? Andrew Sierra says, Jeremy would never grift out of a hurricane. He's far too professional. I agree. Crimson Cyborg, how dare you live stream when my grandma is dead? Jay Ray says, the sky is blue. Go post it, please. Let's see. The Argo Nath says, what is Milton's gender identity? You know they would ask that too. Philip says, my mom died 9 years ago today. Thanks, Jeremy. Where were you? Yeah, now I'm blamed for everything. I'm blamed for every fucking thing. All right, let's check this out. I got to go pee here in just a minute. Let's see.
Pick up throughout the evening.
And flowing, and the water was flowing back toward the bay.
Yeah, a little bit. It's actually interesting, Manny. All the water emptied out of Tampa Bay this evening because the wind was north to south. Thankfully, these got spared the big surge there. But this will be the biggest power outage in Central Florida since Charlie in 2004. Tampa area, it's starting to wind down, and it is going to whip, and it is going to rain. The worst, I would say, is about an hour or so away. This is the view from our TV station, which appears Old Glory has been ripped a little bit, but the flag is still there. That's a development. Old Glory hanging on there for pretty good there. You see one of our satellite dishes beneath that. This is the view from downtown right now, where it's been pouring pretty good. And this, quite possibly, for good reason, will be the quietest you ever see that camera. I've seen maybe 3 cars in an hour on I-4. And if you look right now, I don't even see any. Oh, wait, there's one over here. Where'd it go? Right there, 1 car. So 1 car on the interstates right now from that camera. There's the view from Volusia County, Daytona Beach, 72 degrees, 55 sustained winds, and much of the same from the iDrive camera. That's the view from Lake Fairview, where it's 78, 55 winds. Port Canaveral, it is really blowing. Titusville, windy, very much so. All right, so this is an I-4 storm now. Tampa, it's starting to wind down. The wind strongest on the backside, so the center is about right to the left of the O in Orlando. Now there's a front up here, and as it merges with that front, it's going to pull down some tremendous wind on the backside of it, kind of like a nor'easter in New England. If you're a New Englander like me and you've lived up in Western Mass or Boston, you know, the lows up there, they're way offshore. They're 200 miles away, but it's windy in Boston when there's just...
How old do you think this guy is? This guy looks like he could be... This guy could be either 25 or 45. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea how old this guy is. Baltimore Street News for 20. Best of luck. Don't starve on jerky. Thank you, Baltimore Street News. Appreciate that. 32. It's like it's such a 28 going on 50. Oh, man. Lord Bo says, F it, I tagged you, but I'll tell you here, according to IGN, Kamala's campaign is having a gaming stream to try to win over gamers. What? When is this happening? Bro, when is this happening? Oh, my God. Is that Jeremy as a weatherman? You know what he looks like? He looks like a 45-year-old Elton John. That's what he looks like. And hey, I'm a fan of Elton John, okay? Elton John makes great music. He's a legend, okay? So that's no disrespect. But he looks like a 45-year-old Elton John. That's what he looks like. But he's doing a good job. So that's okay. That's all that matters.
The models say so, and I believe them, especially where we are right now. So we will see if we get close to the Donna and Charlie record from way back when. So these are the peak gusts overnight. This is really going to be about 3 in the morning to 9 a.m. I think when we go back and collate all of the wind gusts, they'll fall within this range, 80 to 100 in the red. Coastal Flagler and Volusia County and the Space Coast on the backside midday tomorrow. We'll watch for maybe a couple of gusts over 100 there. But here is the radar right now. And again, just pouring to beat the band up and down I-4. This is now becoming an I-4 storm, and you can see Disney, Oak Ridge, Ocoee, Altamont, Sanford. No rotation in here. This is just all-out tropical rains. The rain rate 4 or 5.
That is the best news you can hear, at least from my perspective. I'm not an expert. I'm not a meteorologist. I am a retard. Just want to qualify. With that said, if I'm in that situation, if I don't hear there's no rotation, that is the best thing you can hear.
Right after this. The hour-by-hour forecast. No rotation in here. This is just all-out tropical rains. The rain rate 4, 5, 6, 7 inches per hour. And quickly, I will leave you with this. The hour-by-hour forecast through the night. Here's 2 o'clock in the morning. Peak of the winds. 3 to 9, I would say. 3 to 9 or through about maybe 2 to 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll have.
Yeah, that's that to me is the best thing you can hear in this situation right here for sure. Best thing you can hear. Let's see. This guy's still talking? Has this guy been talking the whole time? Holy shit.
Way over 12 to 14 inches of rain. I mean, the flooding in itself could be catastrophic. We have not heard a lot of reports. Guys, have you actually heard of any reports of specific areas?
No.
Yeah,
I'm going to message the National Weather Service right now and see if they're getting anything, but we haven't gotten any reports from them at this point.
But what we are getting...
Why is Disney labeled as a city? Because it is a city. Disney World is twice the size of Manhattan. Disney World is absolutely... it is... If you've never been to Disney World, it is crazy to comprehend how big Disney World is. It's got its own, it's its own city. It is.
Morning until 4 o'clock. Radar indicated, obviously, we have seen rainfall in excess of 12, 13, 14 inches of rain. And obviously, when you get an offshore flow like we've had in these.
Drunk 3PO says internet is back up. Look at that. Drunk 3PO with the internet. Hop on Discord. I'll jump. You want to jump in Discord and say hello to the snake pit, Jay? I'll open up Discord. Give me a minute. I gotta find it. Let's see. All right, Discord's open, Jay. Discord is open. So we'll see if Jay is able to hop in here. So Jay is right. Jay didn't give an opinion. Jay didn't give an opinion. You can't say Jay's right.
Places. This happened with Irma. as a matter of fact. The exact same thing, because I remember we had a ton of rain and we had no flooding with that rain. And I remember saying it was a blessing because, fortunately, that offshore flow allowed the water to quickly drain. Now, when you get rain at over 5 inches an hour, which is what we had in St. Pete, I believe that is an all-time record. I seem to remember this summer we had a 1 hour, it might have been at Tampa, but we had a 1 hour rainfall of about 4.92 inches, and that was the all-time record rain. And that was with an afternoon thunderstorm. Remember that? I think that was September 7th, actually. So now we're...
Is he here?
What's good, Snake Pete?
Jay is here. What's up, brother? You got your internet back already?
Man, I just feel where I'm at, I have been extremely blessed because the rain and wind has not been that bad. Not yet, anyway. And,
yeah, you've got a few. You should have a few bands that are going to be coming in soon, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's going to be that bad.
Yeah. It's and I've been here, and you've been watching, so you could let me know. But I've been hearing like once it hit land, the eye and everything kind of crumbled a little bit. It's like down to a 2, and
yep.
So
it hasn't been. It's not, again, I don't want to minimize. There's been some damage. There's been a lot of storm
Yes,
surge,
absolutely,
but,
absolutely.
But it's not as bad as a lot of the anticipation was, for sure. But you can never underestimate these things.
Never.
I mean, look what happened in North Carolina. I mean,
absolutely. This thing could take a turn. Like, these things could, I mean, anything. You just never know. So we prepared our very, very best over here, and you know, the one beautiful thing about like Geeks and Gamers in the community and everything, there has been an outpour of emails and messages, not only to me, but to Beardo, to Ryan, to everyone, to Krista, everyone, just like, hey, whatever you need, come stay with us. We got your back. We got this. We got that. This has been Jeremy, what you built is like one of the most amazing communities I have ever seen. And it is it's incredible, man. The love is just unbelievable. So
yep.
But I've been talking to Beardo and Ryan and everything, you know, Krista, all that stuff. So it's like everybody's just in constant communication. You know, it seems like we hang up, we call one, then we hang up, and then we all call the next one. Just like, you good? Everybody's good? Everybody's happy? All right, cool. And then the next one, and it's like, you know, and
somebody in the chat just typed, Ryan wants to die.
That may be true. He could be sitting outside like, where are you? You know, like Lieutenant Dan, like, you called us a storm? You called us a storm? But my brother's down here too. People have been asking about him. He's, you know, he still has power where he's at as well.
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
You know, it's, yeah, but the internet, that's twice now. It's gone out and then it just comes back right back on. The good news, like one of the beautiful things, at least where I live, and of course, I don't want anything to happen to anybody in the state of Florida. I live right next door to a fire ambulance, you know, so I know like they're just right there. So if anything were to happen, it's just like they're right there.
Yeah,
they'll keep the grid going and all that stuff. So, you know, it's we're okay, man.
That's
okay.
good stuff. Good stuff, man. Well, we're happy. Are you going back live?
I don't know, man. Anytime I go live for an hour, it just shuts off. So it just shuts off. I'm just eating all these snacks, like the hurricane snacks. I'm going to be like 22, 23 pounds heavier.
Bro, we got to meet up in a few weeks.
It is what it is, man. They don't care. Like, it is. I'll be standing next to Gina. Like, that takes all the distraction away from me. So it'll be all good. But
that's
yeah,
good stuff. That's good stuff.
What's it been saying recently that you've been watching?
Yeah, just it's been talking about, like, they've kind of been focusing on a couple, like it was Fort Pierce was the hurricane that did some damage. Tropicana Field, the roof has been torn off of Tropicana Field, showing some of the flooding and everything like that and the winds, but it hasn't been like widespread. It hasn't been widespread damage at all, but it's obviously there's very isolated incidents. And the good thing is the system that's moving across Orlando right now. There's no circulation that they're seeing, so no tornadoes, which all the tornadoes were earlier. And I'm glad that those kind of got pushed as soon as the storm made landfall. It kind of pushed those tornadoes out, you know, and across the the other side, the east side of it. And so far so good. Right now it says Milton wind gusts so far. Sarasota picked up 102 miles an hour, St. Pete at 101, Tampa 97, Venice at 90, and Clearwater Beach at 90. Those are the biggest on record gusts with this right now. So not terrible. That puts you in line with like a Cat 1, Cat 2. The biggest issue right now is going to be low-lying areas in the amount of rain that's being produced and flooding. That's the biggest concern right now. And I don't think you're in a flooding zone or anything like that, so you don't have anything to worry. Have you noticed any buildup in your area?
No, not at all.
Okay, so yeah, that's the biggest concern right now is flooding, and flooding can be catastrophic. It can destroy everything. So hopefully, that's not going to be the case for anyone out there to have any flooding issues. But yeah, that's the latest on it, though, man. So
I'm glad you're live and talking about it, because sometimes there's a lot of misinformation that gets thrown out there. That, puts people in a massive panic. Like there was like a video of people like, oh, look at Milton, and they just had all these houses like being blown up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the community notes like that's a video from like 2015.
Yeah,
but it makes the rounds. It makes the rounds. So.
I did a live stream, or I was doing some searching on Twitter for like Hurricane Milton stuff, and I showed a few things, and then I saw a few other things. I'm like, this doesn't look legit at all. And you could tell like they were just posting a lot of bullshit from years past, making people think it was something it wasn't. So, but the biggest thing to take away from this is people like Ryan Hall and Max Velocity and some others, like they've basically just destroyed the Weather Channel, dude. They have destroyed the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel.
YouTubers rise up again.
Yeah, I mean, independent people are just destroying the mainstream media, and that's the way it's going to continue. That's the trend. Ryan Hall had earlier when I was watching, dude had like 450,000 people watching him live. 450,000. I don't know where he's at now. Max Velocity had 120,000 at the same time as Ryan Hall had 450. So insane, man. So yeah, so we're gonna
keep fighting the fight, brother.
So, all right, man. Stay safe. Keep us posted.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
All right, later, man. All right, so Drunk 3PO, everyone. Drunk 3PO. Everybody loves Jay. I was gonna say Dre again. Ryan Hall had over 425,000. Yeah, well, I saw 450 when I was watching. And then Max Velocity, I was watching last night when he hit 500,000 subscribers. That was super cool to see. Yeah, that type of stuff is going to continue to happen, man. The rise of independent voices and content creators. That's the way everything's going to continue to go. Let's see. All right, let's go back over to here. You guys, I have got to go pee. So there, I'll leave it here. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that one for a minute, okay? 3 for 20 says Camel Toe. Hello, fellow beer drinkers. I see this as a champa gay of beers. What? I love a cold one while following the Cat 2, no Cat 3, no Cat 4 hurricane, which, as we know, is the same thing. I called DeSantis, but he blocked me. DeSantis blocked you? No, I know what you mean. So, so Kamala Harris tried to contact DeSantis multiple times, and he refused. He basically just sent her to voicemail. She is trying to politicize this hurricane situation, and it's blowing up in her face. With that said, I got to pee. Don't send any super chats while I'm gone, okay? Don't send any super chats. Because I don't like it when you guys send me super chats, okay? So I'm just going to leave it for a minute, and I'll be right back. How do I turn my camera off? Okay, that's how I do it. I'll be right back.
usually see these storms really significantly weaken over land, but Florida is just essentially not that wide. So that's going to hold together. And remember, it came on shore as a Category 3. It still had a whole lot of steam in it as it made landfall. Here are some of the wind gusts we've seen in the past hour: 82 miles per hour in Tampa, even inland for Winter Haven and Orlando, over 50 miles per hour. The power outages are going to continue. We've already seen over 1 million power outages reported for the West Coast. That's going to expand here as the night goes on for folks across the middle
How about
of
turn my camera
the
back
state.
on?
And here's why. Notice this little red kind of circle right around the center of that system. Those are the hurricane
Pulling a
force winds.
Hassan Piker.
They'll work across the state.
Harley Dave says, first of all, to our meteorologist, now that, God, hang on, it moved on me. Let's see, to our meteorologist, now that you know everyone is safe, it's time to check out that tweet I tagged you in. I pester you because I know you'll love it. We know you didn't wash your hands. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You'll never know. You'll never know. Damn you, Monica, you got me again. I looked down at my microphone to see if I was muted. Am I muted? Okay, I'm not. Fucking hell. Why are you guys being mean to me? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? I treat you with respect. I read all of your super chats. I engage with my audience. And all I'm getting is people picking on me and being mean to me. And I don't really I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why it's like that. Okay? So let's just not pick on me. Let's just not do that. Okay? All right, let me see what we're talking about here. Tag me again, Harley. Tag me again. Or just DM me. DM me. That's the easiest way to do it. Just DM me. Let's see here. Why did I get that notification? Let's see here. All right, I'm looking. Harley Dave's mad at me now. Why is Harley Dave mad at me?
Gus here. So here we go. And notice here, I tell you what, I'm going to delete all of these. And I'm going to just plot this manually. So we'll show you the wind gusts. And I want you to notice how the winds are going to really pick up here. Notice about 4 in the morning. Notice the eye over the Space Coast. And look how on the left side of the eye, there is tremendous wind right here over Disney World. You see 85, 83 in Deltona, 84 there, 75 New Smyrna Beach. So the strongest winds have yet to be seen. Then here at 5 in the morning, check out some of these gusts here. You see 101, 79, 81 in Orlando, by UCF 87, and then that's 5 in the morning. Those are the strongest winds, and there could even be a couple of gusts you see over here. I believe that's going to be like 105 in Volusia County. That's that 100-plus contour we drew on the wind gust map. So certainly.
Okay, here's what we got to play here. Okay, here we go. So this is what Trump played today at his rally.
You will not die. You will learn by the numbers. Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month. And actually, let's declare it a summer of pride. So you're a killer? Sir, yes, sir. Let me see your war face. Sir, you got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! Bullshit. You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Ah! You will be a minister of death, praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking being. You are nothing lowest form of war. But you are not even human fucking being. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit. How to abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers the way I... It looked to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress.
Dude, this is amazing. This is amazing.
I love working for Uncle Sam. I love working for Uncle Sam.
So it's a little exaggeration. Probably really not that much, actually.
Dude, Trump is the man. Trump is the freaking man.
Be whipping, and these winds are only going to get stronger as we head into early tomorrow morning. This is also Port Canaveral as well. You can see that wind that's really hammering the East Coast beaches, and we are going to continue to see that wind pick up as we head through tomorrow morning, which is why we are still seeing hurricane warnings all through central Florida and especially the East Coast beaches. That's going to be our next zone of interest as we continue to monitor Milton. And what that, we are also going to be very concerned about flooding over the next couple of hours as well. The flash flood emergency now being extended across areas of Hillsborough, Pinellas County, even up towards Pasco County, including areas.
All right, so I think we're gonna shift on. I don't know if I have time. Yeah, the Andrew Schultz video is like an hour and a half long. I think I need to save that for tomorrow. Harley Dave says leaning towards a 6.8 out of 10. 6.8 out of 10. She's better than a 6.8 out of 10. Come on. She's better than a 6.8 out of 10. You guys are brutal.
6 feet of storm surge all the way from Flagler down through Volusia and even into Brevard County beaches. This is going to be very significant storm surge as Milton just continues to sit and spin off the East Coast beaches as it starts to interact with a cold front that's starting to come down from the East Coast. So ultimately, this is what we're looking at, especially when we're when we're going to be expecting the highest winds of as we're going to experience Milton finally starting to let off of Florida. With this, we're going to continue to see the eye wall parallel I-4. So it's going to go over Celebration, going to go over Orlando, and then eventually make its way off the Florida Peninsula right on the border of Volusia and Brevard County. So with that,
chat. Amazing. Monica says, Jeremy, we love you. I kid. You know I love the chat. I love when you guys are trolling me. It was a little frustrating at the beginning when you were like, low volume. Your microphone's low. Desktop is low. And I'm like, I have no idea what is right and what's not. Like, I have no idea. So at first, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm getting a little frustrated because I really don't know if they can hear me or not.
Milton tonight, and we are seeing some serious damage all around Central Florida, including homes torn apart by tornadoes.
Yeah, Fox 35's Stephanie Bufmonti joins us live from Cocoa Beach, where a tornado tore a home apart and sent the part of the roof flying.
It did, and we moved to the other side of the home just for our own safety because there's a lot of debris over there that we were nervous about it flying. But you can kind of see part of a roof over here and all the debris all over. I mean, this is just pieces and pieces of homes. They believe part of a roof from a Wells Fargo bank that blew off about 1.5 miles away, hit the home over here, and then kind of came barreling this way, causing all of...
Dark Obsidian says, what's up with her nose? Talking about the weather chick? Her? It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother... I'm not muted! I'm not muted. All right, I got to fast forward.
This is East Gear, the Willing Bank,
of the stadium roof that's gone, Luann.
Yeah, that's only the part we can see, too.
Yeah. Wow. You are watching Fox 35's special coverage of Hurricane.
Okay, so I got to catch up on Super Chats. So stop yelling at me, okay? Stop yelling at me. Also, what? Okay, let's see. Let me pull this up. Let's go to this one, and then I'm going to catch up on the Super Chats that I didn't get earlier. Let's see where we're at. Ya mad lads. Ya mad lads. Okay. Where did I leave off? Got that one. Let's see. Got that. Borg Pork says, call Raging Rhino, make sure he's safe. Is Raging Rhino still in Orlando? Is he still in Orlando? Greedo Gaming says, did you see the video Trump share? Oh, there you go. There we go. Maximum PT, I got that one. Andrew CR says, Jeremy, oh, I got that one. Jay Ray says, the sky is blue. Go post it, please. I got that one. That one. Where'd I leave off? Ouija Zone says, call the Ghostbusters. Make sure they're okay. I agree. Let's see. The Bastards Network says, I agree with motherfucking Jay. We Too Dumb says, get your coof vac as soon as you can, Biden said. Luis says, bullets did not stop Orange Man, so now they send hurricanes. Lord Botha says, Epic Mike pooping his pants tonight. He has gotten over 3K in super chats out of nowhere. That ain't cheap. Look at Epic Mike. That's what's up. Nick says, I believe he said he has to go pee. Hostile Bogey and bounces. Jeremy sits down to pee. Kevin Cron says, good Jeremy gone. I am super chatting him. I am super chat him this fig for $2. That's it. NDI says, so you're in the bathroom, huh? How's that going? John Ambler says, huh? What did Jeremy say about sending super chats while he's gone? I missed that part. NDI says, remember to stand and close the lid. Troy New says, Liz Churchill tweeted an amazing video with Trump and other presidents called Lies Wide Shut. 2 minutes long, absolutely hilarious. I'll check that one out. Jupiter Knight says, she's cute, but I love Japanese weather girls. Don't we all? Tinsote says, was in Galveston yesterday. Waters were clearer than usual. Probably has to do with Milton shifting currents in the Gulf. Stay safe. Thank you. Crimson Cyborg says, I have a Fortnite channel inspired by Jeremy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Cash says, oh, no, you mean they will have to play baseball outside? Yeah, I heard that. Sagareth says, did you see the totally masculine interaction of the second lady Doug and jazz singer Tim getting a pastry? I saw something about Tim Walls earlier. I try not to pay much attention to that idiot if I can help it. Cash says, oh yeah, I got that one. So I'm not. Let's see. TJ says, I lived in St. Pete area for and a bit about 10 years ago. Had a job a block from Tropicana Field. Used to test drive cars, passed it every day. Sad to see it go. Well, it's just the here. Is this guy freaking out on me? What's going on here? Let's hear what this guy's got to say.
Cases to be racing to a higher level, and it may go so high that you don't even have a chance. And this is why
that was earlier.
Have been pleading for a.
Yeah, that's earlier. So it does seem like this is all starting to calm down a little bit, and I don't want to speak too soon, obviously, but it does seem like it is. But we're not out of the woods yet. So let's just be clear: we are not out of the woods yet by any means. So let's see here.
It's the parking structure where we're at right now. And we've got sold out rooms here at the Rosen Hotel. And right now at the Rosen, we lost power. We are on a backup generator right now. And so all the AC is off. It's a little humid in there right now for the people that are taking out their dogs and staying hunkered down. But
I mean, like, if you like, this looks not scary at all right here. This looks like nothing. This looks like absolutely nothing. And they really do, like, this is why people fucking hate the media, because they're trying to still make you believe that this is like the worst thing ever. And again, I'm not saying that bad stuff's not happening. I'm just saying that it's not like it does seem like this is a lot calmer than we anticipated. That's a good thing. But the media is going to try to continue to blow the shit out of proportion to do their fear mongering and all of that shit. And people are kind of tired of this shit, man. This is why they're watching people like Ryan Hall and Max Velocity. Let's see here. Got that one. See if there's anything else I wanted to cover really quickly. I think we're kind of at the, we're at 3 hours. So, and I do have to get ready for Geeks and Gamers Daily in the morning. I have no idea what's going on in the entertainment world. I have no idea. So I am Next comes the part where DeSantis tells FEMA to get bent. That would be good. That would be good. So I'm happy. I'm very happy that this was not so far. I'm qualifying what I'm saying right now, but so far this storm is definitely, like, if we were worried that it could have been a 9 or a 10, it's turning out to be a 4 or a 5. That's not to say that it's not bad and that people aren't being affected, because people are being affected. The flooding is the biggest aspect that we're going to have to see what happens, because it's still dumping a shit ton of rain in Central Florida right now. So that's really going to be the true test as to what is the flash flood situation, how much is that's going to impact the area overall. And I guess we're just going to have to see. Who's on with you on Daily tomorrow? I guess I don't like saying, I don't even like saying I'm going to be on, but obviously it's obvious that, we got people that are, well, I planned on maybe people not being able to stream tomorrow, but now we'll see. I don't know. So we'll see. You guys can guess in the chat who you think will show up. But I don't like to say who's the host. I like it to be a surprise every morning. But obviously you guys know I'll be there. But I do like for it to be a surprise. So we'll probably talk about some of the effects of the hurricane. But I want to see a live reading of the hurricane right now. Okay, is this where we're at? So as you see, it was barreling in as a 4, and then it went down to a 3. But where is it at right this second? That's not telling me anything. I want to know where it's at right this second.
Around the Tampa area, we're now at 11 at Walt Disney World. 14.3 inches of rain from Milton so far there. In downtown Orlando, we're at 7.7 total. 7.6 in Oak Ridge, 10 in Windermere so far. 8.1 in Apopka, 9 in Fuller's, 6.6 in Oviedo, and we're already sitting at about 8 inches of rain in Lake Mary. Sustained winds are getting up there. Gusts are also up there. We now have the new highest gust of the night. 78 in Daytona Beach. I suspect the highest gust will be somewhere around 100 by about 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So when do the strongest winds come? 1 to 4 a.m. in the red, 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. are in the red, and 1 to 4 a.m. in the yellow. And there you see the rain once again across Central Florida with those rain rates really up there. So we'll watch this band just sit here over the next few hours. But what I really want to show you is the wind gusts. So right now, probably you're hearing your house or your apartment or whatever you're in on one side. And if you're up late or you have trouble sleeping or you get up, about 4 hours you hear the other side of your house getting thrashed, because the winds will be south to north through 2. Here's the eye. Notice how it gets calm, and then the winds completely flip direction. And this is the big wind-driven rain here. 5 o'clock in the morning. We've only had a gust to 74 so far in Orlando, possibly 85 to 90 there. 80 in Sanford at 5:30 in the morning. 80 in Daytona Beach, and 95 miles an hour in Daytona Beach. That's at 6 o'clock in the morning. 98 miles an hour in Bithlo. That's 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. 90 New Smyrna. But notice that once you get back to the west, already letting up. 28 mile an hour in Ocala. That's 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. 95.
So right now, again, the biggest concern is flash flood. That's really it. It doesn't look like there's any tornadoes that are coming directly with this system, which is a huge freaking win. I mean, that to me, if you told me there was no tornadoes, I would be like, I would be there for, I would be driving to every hurricane if I didn't have to deal with, with tornadoes. I would be like, yeah, let's get involved.
Glad we were far back from, well, as I speak, this blew up. One of these blew up, then 2 of them, then 3 of them. I'm like, that looks pretty familiar. Well, then, I don't want someone to get hurt from that, the actual traffic light decided to show up. So thank goodness we were away from those at the time. Here's the green light, if you guys are wondering, from this traffic light up there, all the way up there at the intersection. It's where those yellow lights are now blinking, and they're still bouncing, so you can see just how intense the wind is out here. We did see one driver coming down. He wasn't wearing any like utility outfit or anything like that, so we don't think he was supposed to be on the road. He did hit a piece. We heard that collision happen. He pulled over down here, checked out his car, and kept going. But that's why it's so important not to be out here on the streets right now. That's why this curfew is in effect. It is in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow at least. The sheriff has said that may change depending on damage, depending on flooding, depending on storm surge, all that. So we are out here next to the hotels on North Atlantic Avenue, and we have been seeing the lights flashing on and off. In our hotel, I can hear generators now buzzing, so it's quite a loud noise. That means some of these hotels have lost power. I was actually taking a video of the traffic lights on my cell phone and caught one of the transformers bursting down here. So you see that huge blue-green. Actually, Javi, if you look down there, is that a fire now? Or is that just a light? I think that's just a light. But that's where that orange light is between those condos or hotels, buildings over there. That's where that transformer blew. I can't tell if that's flames. Javi, that's fire, is it?
Uh-oh.
I honestly can't tell if that's just a light or if that's that's exactly where I saw the transformer blow. Those might be flames. Haven't heard any sirens. Obviously, police and fire have said they won't be going out unless it's safe for them to do so. But this is just showing you the deteriorating conditions out here in Daytona Beach, Volusia County, as Milton draws closer. I know our storm team have been saying, you know, wind speeds here in the 70s right now, gusts in the 70s, and that's not the worst of what we're going to see. We could see upward of 100 miles per hour in here. We are safe. We have the reprieve of the hotel area here, so we've been ducking in and out during all of this. So,
well, I mean, so that's in Daytona Beach. They still have some. They still have some strong winds and a lot of rain to come. But right now, like, Orlando is getting hit with a lot of rain right now, getting a ton of rain dumped on it. So
it looked like it to me and looked like
that dude. That's a lot of soil.
Winds pick up. They are no longer responding, and we're hearing that's the case in Orlando, Manny.
Yeah, we've just learned that Orlando police say that they will no longer be responding to any calls until further notice, until it is safe to do so.
Yeah, right now it is deteriorating outside. The winds are picking up. We're seeing 60, 70 mile per hour gusts in certain areas, and this is just the beginning as Hurricane Milton starts to make its way across central Florida.
And you can depend on us, Fox 35, to keep you safe during Milton.
So police are now saying they're not going to respond? Wow. Well, everybody I'm talking to is good to go on the Orlando side. So that's really good news. And I don't know. That's a very strange. That's a strange thing that the police are just like straight up saying like we're not going to respond right now. I don't know. That's an interesting situation.
7-Eleven, but it looks like many parts of Bonita Springs, many streets in that area are flooding.
We have one more video out of Cape Coral, or are we going to take a quick break? Okay, look at this video out of Cape Coral. This is Chiquita Boulevard near Embers Parkway. We had a lot of video earlier, or a lot of people asking us if the substation in that area had caught fire. LCEC confirmed they did not catch fire. It's possible people confused it with this home, where the roof ripped right off and there's a fire inside. They had the storm shutters up and everything, but the winds were just too much for the roof to handle. So this is in Cape Coral, where we know the winds have been fierce for hours now, and most people have now lost power. So Cape Coral, we are certainly doing our best to guide you through this storm, and we'll be right back.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just trying to click around to these different places and see what they're saying real quick.
Some of those winds, they were really intense.
Loud,
we have another
loud.
one here right now, but they were really intense, really about 2 hours ago. It's dying down a little bit as the storm moves further inland.
All right, and Rebecca, just walk us through what happens when the sun comes up. You've covered a number of these storms. Is there a playbook or not? Will everyone just kind of wait and see?
Yeah, well, these, first responders, they're going to go out before the sun comes up, especially the power crews. They're going to go out as soon as it's safe to start restoring power. We know that there are over 1 million customers across the state of Florida that are in the dark right now. So they're not going to wait for the sun to come up. They're going to be out here as soon as it's safe to do so.
All right, Rebecca Castor there live for us in Tampa. Rebecca, thanks so much. We'll check in soon.
Okay.
We're staying in Tampa. Just want to give you an update on that.
All right, so you're talking about Tampa. We want to know about Orlando. That's where our peeps are. That's what we're worried about. All we care about is Orlando around here. So, okay. Let me throw you guys over here really quick just so I can see what Super Chats came in. Okay, let's see. Got that one. No Identity Music says Jeremy lies down to pee. Nick says, I was at a wreck today. No injuries. One of the tow guys asked what happened, and I accidentally said, let's see. One of the tow guys asked what happened, and I accidentally said he got sucked off real hard and overcorrected. LOL. Let's see. Babo Yogi says, Jeremy, sorry for this, but we need to know, did Milton get his stapler back? X-Wing for 10. Smells like honky in here. This Nintendo shill is trying to act like Metroid Meteorologist Prime, but hasn't left the basement since 97. Hurricanes are fake. Frogs are gay. Trump 2037. That's a pretty damn good super chat. I'm just glad X-Wing actually watches my content. Didn't think he did. Troy News 450 says 50 big ones to show my love and support for CobraCast and to beg to react to the Liz Churchill tweet lies wide shut, which is the funniest shit I've seen all year. If not, I still love CobraCast. No homo. 2 minutes long. DM me. Tinsote, you retracted your 199. I don't know what you said. Tinsote. X-Wing cares? I wouldn't go that far. I don't think X-Wing cares about anything. But no, yeah, can you shoot me a DM? Let's see here. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can find this. Chat will be happy. She's back. There we go. All right, hang on. Let's see if I can find this, what he's talking about. All right. I'm looking to see if I can find it. Okay. Is there any music in this? I need to know, Troy News. Is there any music in this?
Without power this evening. These are all the areas that are getting significant rain and significant wind right now, but areas across Osceola County experienced a confirmed tornado earlier on this evening, and now looking at 20,000 people without power, or 9.5% of the population. Let's take you to the coast. 44,000 people without power across Volusia County. That is 14% of the population right there. And Brevard County experienced another confirmed tornado earlier on this evening just south of Cocoa Beach, looking at about 1,500 people without power this evening. And again, we are going to continue to see these numbers.
Somebody, I don't know who said it. Somebody said Weather Girl Ricada. God dang, man. Can't really unsee that one now.
Came like this, and it is really whipping in downtown. And I've been looking throughout our cameras. I'm starting to see a lot of black where I don't normally see it in terms of the skyline and the areas getting dark. Clearly, the power outages are really starting to ramp up right now. Now, the good news, if there is any good news, is that the tornado risk is pretty much diminished at this point. We're in the beginnings of the northern eye wall.
Oh, man. man. That's funny. That was funny.
This has been behind our news anchors and online social media. This is not radar. This is showing you the temperature of the cloud top. So the taller the thunderstorms, the colder they get. And you see this continues to fire thunderstorms right here along I-4. The center is actually probably right there. That's where the center of the storm is. As of the midnight advisory, 100-mile-an-hour max sustained winds. That's a smaller area of the sustained winds at 100 right over in there. But it's moving east-northeast at 16, and pressure is at 966 millibars. But you can't come up with a more impactful hurricane for the I-4 corridor than what you're looking at right there. Earlier today, the tornado warnings were extreme. There's all of them.
I'll be honest, when that was happening, I was getting real fucking scared for our peeps. I was getting real scared at all the tornadoes. I was like, holy shit. I was like, dude, maybe I should have done more. Maybe I should have gone down there and did something, but that was when I was getting real fucking nervous.
We'll talk about this more tomorrow and rehash this after the storm is done with. We had a couple of tornadoes in our area, one of which was in Cocoa Beach that was about 555 earlier, and this was from Esther Bauer, who got some of this damage. By my estimation, an EF0 or an EF1 tornado came in off the water and pushed across the river, and you see there some buildings that were damaged from that tornado. Nothing like they had down in St. Lucie or Fort Pierce, but still significant. Sustained wind speeds, there they are. Here's the wind gusts. 71 Bushnell, 74 right now in downtown Orlando, 60 in Daytona Beach, 62 in St. Cloud, and 55 in the Villages. All right, there's the forecast for the night. There's the eye. Follow my hand. Here goes the eye. It's offshore by 7:30 to 8. So the worst rain is through 6. The worst wind is 3 to 9-ish, something like that, in the morning tomorrow. Then there'll still be some showers and downpours through the afternoon, but you definitely don't want to be going around and about. Well, you'll see when you wake up, that is if you sleep tonight as this is ongoing, that it's going to be there'll still be hurricane winds at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But I want to stress we're still several hours from the worst wind that we're going to have. And it'll be interesting, Laurel, to see just how high those wind gusts get.
Okay, we're going to watch the video that Troy News wanted me to watch. Laughing Man was yelling at me saying I better listen to Harley Dave. What is Harley? What? I can't keep up. I can't keep up. You guys don't care about me anyway. You only care about her. Is that better? Now you don't have to look at me. Now you don't have to look at me. Isn't that better? There we go. Enjoy the show, okay? Is that better? The only way I'm coming back is if somebody sends me money. Show me you care. Show me you care. Much better, huh? Muted. I'm muted. Oh man, somebody said I miss Alina Haba. You see that? Nobody's gonna super chat to get me back. Pre-Dawn Corp sent a negative $10,000 to keep me off camera. This is what my audience thinks about me. Okay, this is what my audience thinks about me. Slain Hope, a whopping $2. Aaron James, friend, is this all I'm worth? Is this it? A 99 cent, a $1.99. Is this all that I'm worth? See, this is why it's so a fucking 90, a 1.9. This is why being a man on the internet is tough. Beardo was right. Beardo was right. Beardo was right. I'm worth $2. Everybody sends $2 to get me back. Troy News says, I spent $50 on Fresh Out. Nick sends a member message to get me back. Anonymous says, yes, I did see that Tropicana Field's roof was destroyed. I did see that. I did. Okay, let's can we send a free super chat? Harley Dave says who? Jackie sends 10. At least somebody cares. Good God. Jackie for 10 says, come back, Jeremy. Flag Ninja with 5 gifted memberships. Maximus BT says, show Breets. Tweeted Tone for $1. Fem Natal says, you're worth 8 months. That's the nicest message I've gotten all night, okay? That's the nicest message I've gotten all night. You're worth 8 months. Look at there. Willie Will! Willie freaking Will. You freaking mad lad. I don't have it either. I can't play the clip because I don't have it. I don't have it because I'm not using StreamYards. Shit. There might be. I think I can make it work though. I'll play it after we play Troy News' video. Okay. John Goat says, how much for X-Ray Girl and Krista to mud wrestle? You know what? That might solve my money issues with Geeks and Gamers. That might do it right there. If I get a mud wrestling competition for all the chicks at Geeks and Gamers. Hey, we would have more money. We would have the budget to do everything. We would have the budget to do everything. What do you guys think about that? Mud wrestling with all the Geeks and Gamers chicks. We would never have to worry about grifting again. All right. Thank you, Willie Will. I hope you're doing well, brother. You're the man. All right. Troy News. Sith Eternium for 20 gifted memberships. Holy crap. Set a world record, at least $35 a pop. Aaron James says you'd be average price for a gay Japan hooker. What the fuck? That's I don't know if that's a compliment or a disrespect. I have no idea. Lee Cranmer says Clayton Morris has shown compelling people that show weather manipulation is real. Yeah, I mean, I don't buy it. I know there's a big movement of people out there. I just don't. I've lived in Florida for a long time. If they really wanted to manipulate weather, they could do a lot worse than they did tonight. So, like, literally, this was not. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been through hurricanes, and they were nothing. They were nothing. They just were like a little bitty scare. So I have no problem with people believing it. It could be real, but I've been through a lot of hurricanes, man. I've been through a lot of hurricanes. So, Pre-Dawn Corpse for 99 cents. Thank you. Jason Cole for $1 to try to get me back, apparently. Holly Carp says, I'll mud wrestle with you, Jeremy. Holly Carp, I am not going to pull a Nick Rekieta and start thinking you're some attractive chick just because that's your profile picture. So I'm going to respectfully decline, but I appreciate the offer. Driver 3692, shut your camera off. Hail the 199 fellowship. But this has gone off the rails really quickly. This stream has gone off the rails really quickly. All right. John Goat says, who would you bet on? Who would you bet on to get the pin, though? Man, like X-Ray Girl versus Krista would kind of be like Hogan versus Andre. You know what I mean? So it would be like that. It would be like the Pontiac Silverdome, you know? It would be like it would be Krista would be like all little and X-Ray Girl would be towering over her. So it would be like that, man. It would be that's the type of like hype we could have for that. So Zeke the Wise says, good night, everyone. Good night, Zeke. All right, Troy News spent $50. All right, let's watch this. I hope I don't get hit for this. All right, but here we go. Can I enhance this anymore? Let's see. All right, here we go. This is what Troy News wants me to play right here.
Holy shit. Holy crap.
So I want to explain this to people. So this is a play on the Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman movie, Eyes Wide Shut. Okay? So you have to understand that context to it, okay? What is happening, man? Holy shit. What is happening? Oh no! Oh no! Get this! What the fuck are we watching, man? This is wild. This is wild. Oh, it's crazy awesome. I'm scared of what's going to happen next, though. Holy, bro, Fauci is so freaking weird. Oh, I can't stand this guy, dude. I can't stand this guy. That was wild. Holy crap, man. Yeah, good stuff, man. Thank you, Troy News. Thank you for that. That was crazy. Holy hell. It's disturbing, but yet awesome at the same time. Holy crap, hang on. Was this a tweet from Trump? This is from 2013. This tweet is from Donald Trump in 2013, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, here we go. Right here. This is from Trump. Should be public execution for all to see. You will end this bullshit fast. That's from 2013. Trump is savage. Trump is a fucking savage. Let's go. Holy crap. Somebody just retweeted that. So I just saw it. Oh, man, I got to bookmark that one. I got to bookmark it. Let's see here. All right, there we go. He's not wrong. Let's see. All right. What is that? It's all kind of weird stuff going on right now on social media, man. A lot of stuff. So if you got let's see, a fallen crane in St. Petersburg. That's pretty crazy looking. Here, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty scary. So a crane falls in St. Petersburg. So that's pretty freaking crazy. All right, let's hear what he's saying.
Really ramp up here over the next couple of hours. And I've been watching our live cameras, and the amount of power flashes I'm seeing from transformers blowing is just like every couple of minutes you see pop, 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 pop across the area. So the center of the hurricane is about 25 miles from Orlando, right about here. And look at all the dry, clear air behind it. That's going to be really nice weather for Friday into Saturday. But until then, we've got what we've got out there with this just tremendous rain. And check out some of the wind gusts right now. There's still 50 to 60 miles an hour. So through 11 o'clock in the morning, this is going to be the strongest wind. We've got 100 plus coastal Flagler, Volusia County. That's going to be on the back side of the storm. Sanford, Deltona, Lake Mary, Orlando, Titusville, Cocoa Beach, 80 to 100, 50 to 80 Ocala, Gainesville, and 100 plus down in the Tampa area. But things are really starting to wind up in terms of those power outages. And you can see our camera in Daytona has gone out. Our camera in Port Canaveral has reset. And we're going to be watching tomorrow as the northeast winds pick up. The tides tomorrow to watch are midday.
Okay, so I think we're probably gonna end this here pretty soon because I do have to. I've got another stream I've got to handle tomorrow morning, and I got to do some catching up to see what else is going on. I know nothing about what's going on in the entertainment world today, so I'm gonna have to do some catching up on that. Let's see where we're at over here. Again, thank you, Willie Will, for that proper 199. I think I can play the clip. Give me a minute, and I got an idea for that. John Goat says, who would you bet on to get the... Oh, I got that one. Raphael says, G&G calendar with the girls. John Goat says, $2 for a great idea. You're welcome. Money on Krista. Gerald Armstrong says, just popped back on. Did anyone tell you that Tropicana's Field's roof got torn off? Yep, we covered that a little bit earlier. Eric K says, X-Ray Girl versus Krista would be like Andre versus Rey Mysterio. The Copper Owl says, Eyes Wide Shut is canon in Fallout 4. Sukuri says, just saw Ryan in there dressed as Canadian Bear. Escapo says, that weather guy's bald spot looks like Milton. And let me see if I can do the proper 199. Let's see. I messed that one up. Let's see. The proper 199. I think I can pull this off. It's going to be a little weird, but, you know, screw it, right? I think we can handle it. Let's see if it'll let me do this. It's not going to be the same as normal, so just keep that in mind. But we might be able to pull this off. So, it's not going to be the same. Let's see. Can I pause?
Should I do it?
I can't pause. Let's see here. All right, let's see if this works. Here we go, right here.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm going to do it.
Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Oh. There you go, right there. So we pulled it off. All right, so thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. Let's see here. Let me go back over to this one. My setup is just not... I'm not used to running OBS like this. Where are we at? NPC Hero says, someone commented, not the wild card pennants on a post about Tropicana Field. Rough. Is Laughing Man trying to get my attention? Aaron James says, thanks for a very entertaining educational production. It's what we do. Real Stream Hero says... that was almost a great show. Too bad Jeremy kept talking over most of the stream. If this was an IGN rating, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 because they make no sense and probably couldn't get past the starting screen. Well, I'm glad everybody seems to be fairly safe. So I'm really happy about that. Obviously, there are some people that were affected And you never want to see anybody going through anything like that. Savage Talk, I hope everything works out with what's going on with the flooding situation near you. That is very scary. So we'll have to see what happens there. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And you guys are the best chat on the internet. Hail Rumble, hail Kick, hail YouTube, hail to Twitter/X. And thank you to the chat. Thank you for all the love, the gifted memberships, all of that. Tomorrow, Geeks and Gamers Daily, and then another CobraCast. I'm doing another CobraCast tomorrow, and I'll cover the Andrew Schultz podcast tomorrow. Sorry I couldn't get to it tonight. There was just no way I was going to be able to do it, being distracted with all the stuff going on. I am still very worried about everybody in Orlando, and that's really that's what's most on my mind. So I wasn't going to be able to properly react to something that was going to be very funny and very entertaining, knowing that people that I know and care about are potentially in danger. So anyway, we will cover that tomorrow. So I appreciate tomorrow night, Laughing Man, probably around 7 Central, somewhere in there. 7 Central is when I'll probably go live. And we'll tomorrow night, probably around 7 Central. And then we have Geeks and Gamers Daily as well. So thank you guys so much. Devin says I missed your member message. Did I? Let me go back and see. Let me see. Devin's member message. I got Raphael's there. Lee Kramer, I got that one. Devin, there it is. Sorry, Jeremy, I'm broke, but you're still my favorite fig. Gotcha. Got you there. Sorry I missed that one. That was right when Fem Natal says you're worth 8 months. Because that one, I was like, that was really nice. I don't get a lot of nice things said about me on the internet. So when it happens, you got to cherish those moments, okay? So, all right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.